everybody. We are back for another episode of Deviants and Dice. That is 100% not how I intended to start the stream, but that's how we're going to do it. Some of us were not prepared for tonight, so... no, not the grandma. So, welcome back. We are on episode 9 of Adventures in Lutoroan, and with me, as always, I have Ramara, who is being played by Anna.
Hello.
Al is playing Gronlin.
Howdy.
James is playing Dunka.
Hey y'all.
Nolina is playing Kyra.
Hi.
Zach is playing Addie.
Howdy.
Alex is playing Cloudy Day.
Hello, hello.
Ryson is playing Finnick Steelsight.
Hi.
And David is, as always, playing the lovely Noctuum.
Hey, everyone.
God.
We want to give a big shout out to Simone Green, who has finished our official logo for us and is going to be our official artist for Deviants and Dice. We are working on getting characters finally drawn up for everybody. And she's helping us out with our merch. So go check out her stream on Twitch, Art in Insanity, and give her a follow there and on Facebook and Instagram under the same name. We have our returning sponsor, Chuck Weimer Music. We want to give a big thanks to him for sponsoring us. He has released his first radio single, Take You Anywhere, and can be found on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, and anywhere else that you stream your music. Help support him by playing and adding his songs to your playlists so he can keep supporting us. And also, make sure to check out his new music video on his YouTube channel for his song Take You Anywhere. Check us out on Discord, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. All of those links you can find either in the description of this video or down below on our little fancy buttons that we have. If you've missed any videos before, catch them on YouTube for sure. We have all of them there, I think. Did you get
Yes.
episode
They
8?
are there, yes. I posted
They're all there.
last week's video last week. So
What did you title that one?
I titled it Wisdom Save Us.
Which none of us really have any wisdom, so.
It's fine. All of you except Anna passed your saves, so.
Oh,
Or
thanks.
some of us
Yeah,
didn't even
it's
have
fine.
to roll
It's
saves.
fine. Anna doesn't need to pass her saves.
It's all right. I'll just set her on fire. It's all right.
Yeah.
Because I'm also invisible, by the way.
Anna
Well, she
doesn't
can't
need to
take
pass
damage,
saves.
at
We
least.
have
They're
a giant
not gonna
lizard.
attack her.
And we have a giant lizard.
And we have
And a werewolf.
lizard.
And a
And a
werewolf.
werewolf's about to bust through the door like Kool-Aid man.
Most
Followed
Followed
professional
by
stream.
3 little humanoids just trying to trek up.
Continuing with the announcements, my children. If you have Amazon Prime, don't forget you get a free Twitch subscription with that, so make sure to support us with that and either use that subscription here or at any of our friends that we have linked below. If you want to support us even further, the best way to do so is to share us with the community, because we are currently a very small stream, even though we have 13 people that are going to be on it as of Thursday, I believe. I believe that's how math works. So if you want to support us, make sure to share our social
Close
medias
enough.
with your friends and family. The bigger our audience, the more we can do here, such as adding new campaigns. We've officially set up our merch store, so check out our Facebook, our Twitter, and our Discord for the links for that. I'm very excited. I have a t-shirt, a jacket, and a mask coming in. And I know Anna has a hoodie and a t-shirt. Zach has some bright orange leggings coming in. We're very
And a
very
tank top.
excited. And a tank top that he's never going to wear on stream.
I bet he would.
Nope, no one's ever
Just-
going to confirm
Just
that
as
I
a
got
point,
anything else.
For all of my players, every time you wear a piece of merch on stream, I'll give you an inspiration point.
A whole
Easy. Easy money.
Easy money.
I bought a pair of leggings and 2 different hoodies.
Next week, we'll be taking a short break from Lutoroan for a Halloween one-shot, which I will be running and I have designed to torment my players.
Hooray.
Everyone will start at level 5, and they will only level up when we hit certain donation milestones, and I'm going to be working with Anna to set those donation milestones so we can have a little bar. But it'll only make things easier. Don't worry. This haunted house that I'm making is planned out for them being a level 5. We're starting a new campaign this Thursday, October 22nd. That's 2 days away. That'll be run by our very own Anna, myself, Zach, Nolina, and Al will be playing her campaign along with 4 new players that we are happy to welcome to our group. They're not new, they're just new to this
Well, 2
area.
of them are new. 2 of them are new to 5e.
2 of them are still playing in your other campaign, so.
They're still new to us.
They're new
Well,
to
Rachel
us.
actually isn't. This is her first
Rachel's-
campaign period.
Oh no.
She's just
Oh,
on the
really?
stream. Yeah, she's never played
Cool.
D&D before. She played a one-shot with me one time, but shout out
Once
to
upon a
Rachel,
time.
who will be
Whoop.
playing a dwarf rogue.
Well, don't give them away yet.
No, I'm just saying she's playing a dwarf rogue in her very first campaign. So join us on Thursday to see how that goes.
Also, join us on Saturday as we continue to stream Baldur's Gate 3 at 6 p.m. Central Time. It is Nolina, Anna, Zach, and myself as we are exploring the first 25 hours of Baldur's Gate 3 and what they have released with early access.
You'll never
Alright,
guess
people.
who's playing a fighter again.
Or the extra hours that we do because Anna forgets to save and then we get screwed and
Hey,
have to go
that
all
was
the
the
way
one
back.
time. That was one time.
Don't worry for everybody who's watching. I'm there. I am their friendly neighborhood.
He
Hey,
is
remember to save.
He is in the voice chat with us, constantly reminding Anna to save.
He
after
is
Yes.
all
our
of the drinks.
iPhone reminder
Mhm.
to save
Hey,
every
just a
30
friendly
minutes.
reminder. Make sure
Alright,
you save.
Which are we recording?
Finally.
Yes,
Oh
we're
gosh, I
recording.
hope
I
so.
set it to
Hey.
automatically record. Stop asking me that.
Finally, we want to thank everyone who has followed us, and because of your follows, your views, your likes, subscribes, everything like that, we finally reached affiliate status here on Twitch, which means we're finally able to implement some of the changes that we have been planning, including that you, the viewer, are now playing Etu, the God of Luck. Etu is the only true neutral god and has never in the history of Lutoroan appeared in 2 adventuring parties. However, they often influence the fates of mortals. You, the viewer, now have that power. With your donations, you can determine how the party will be affected, such as, let's see, you can give a party a reroll for $1, a party member, excuse me. You can either make the party or one person's next check or save easier or harder, depending on what you want. You can increase or decrease the likelihood of encounters happening and increase or decrease their difficulty. So make sure to check that out. We've got more descriptions about what you can do to influence the player's fates below the video here. Are there any other announcements? I'm sure I'm forgetting something.
Interact with me on Twitter. I'm bored.
Zach is running our Twitter and he is lonely, so somebody message him.
Don't message him.
Alrighty.
At him on Twitter.
At him on Twitter. I don't know
No,
Twitter.
don't at me on Twitter.
At Deviants and Dice on Twitter.
Please, at the channel on Twitter. Give me something to do with that Twitter.
Righty. Who is doing our reading tonight? Al,
See, we
James?
started talking about this, and then we never finished that conversation. So.
Yeah. It's a very short one.
Is Al reading as Dunga or is James reading as Gronlin?
Oh my god.
Let's do James reading as Gronlin this
There you go.
Oh, jeez. All right.
That would be nice.
Go ahead, pull this off.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Okay. Hey, Ma, it's me, Gronlin. The party finally settled in for the night, and a lot of people listening to our conversation, but no one knew who I was talking to. We're good, Mom. Don't worry about it. What was that? Oh, no, this was on the 8th of Strobes the next morning. And then
Long
we went
pause.
another half day for shopping.
Long pause.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And then we finally got to fight the harpies. I know we took our time, and I probably should have been a better friend before doing that, but I had to get the harpies.
Short pause.
Well, when we got there, Ma, half the party quickly found themselves charmed by the harpies. Why did we not know harpies charmed people? No one told us this stuff. Why didn't you tell me anything?
Sarcastic pause.
Yeah. I know, Ma. I know.
You couldn't have waited until I was done finishing my soda before you
Nah.
said that.
Nah.
Keep
Nah.
going.
the team was then they put stuff in their ears and they were just they didn't hear him anymore except for one person, which is invisible. But
We don't know
most
where
of the party
she
members
is.
did break their charms. Addy, yeah, yeah, he's the big lizard. Everyone likes Addy now. We get it. And he drank this potion, and he's got like 690 turns left, which is like, I don't know, 3 hours of being giant. And then I set their nest on fire, Mom. No, it wasn't the nicest thing to do, but it's something I had to do to help the party. And then at the same time, Nimue appeared right next to me with a new mask, looking good, ready to help the party. Yeah, Mom, that caught us all up. I'll talk to you next week. Love ya.
I just imagine the
I love
dialogue
it.
coming right after that.
That's great.
It was
That's
great.
Good. That's
I love
good.
it. I
That
love
was
I
it.
can
wonderful.
imagine. I can imagine Al having this conversation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sounds like a conversation with my own mother.
Your mom calls you during D&D.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mom,
I
I'm
think that's
hanging
my
out with my
family usually.
friends.
My
Doing
God.
nerd stuff with my friends. Gah!
My God, stop calling me.
Alrighty. Children. We have some harpies to kill. You have some harpies to kill. Although Nimue is there to help you. So,
All right. Since we're starting or restarting the battle, I would like to say, if you're in the voice channel, be fair warned. I have no idea how loud this is going to be when I push play on this battle
oh
music.
no.
So you might want to check your volume on the bot. All right.
At 48 right now.
I'm at 40.
36.
11.
No, it's
It's not too
disconnecting
bad.
me. It's disconnecting me. That's what it is. Because my internet is kind of trash right now. Okay, there we go. Oh, that's so
Anything
cool.
to say about your internet?
All right. Noctuum, you're 115 feet from the base of the tower, which then you have to climb 200 feet to get up. What would you like to do?
Oh. Am I able to see the fire from here?
You are able to see that the nest is in fact on fire, yes.
So the fire might distract the harpies. I think I might cast the conjure animals.
Conjure animals, okay. Where?
In front of me, I want to conjure perhaps 8 giant owls.
8 giant owls?
Christ.
Or a giant owl? No, he means 8 giant owls.
8? Holy
8
crap.
of them.
Gonna be an air battle.
Oh yeah.
We could
8 days challenge rating 1/4 or lower. Yep, he wants 8 of them.
There you go.
Okay.
Alright, you conjure 8 giant owls.
I think I'll tell Kyra and Finn that we can ride the owls to the top of the lighthouse.
You're gonna ride the owls up to the top.
But I'm going to transform into my hawk form to fly up there.
Okay, so you're gonna have them ride the owls and you're gonna fly up.
Yes.
Okay, so let's see. No, Nolina, you cannot fly with your wings yet. You haven't been practicing, and it's been 3 days since you found out that you were a were-dragon.
Damn it. I tried, but I have
Your
too been
wings are not
practicing.
developed. You still have baby wings. Baby
Baby
dragon.
wings.
Fine.
Baba wings.
Noctuum, since you did use your action to cast this spell, you will not be able to dash this round.
Okay.
However, the giant owls, we're just gonna have them be controlled by Finn and Kyra on their turns. They'll be able to get 120 feet into the air. So essentially, it'll take you guys 2 turns, one with full action and movement, and one with full movement, but still keeping your action, to get into the tower. For Noctuum, you just used your action, so it'll take you essentially 2 full turns to get into the tower. Sound good?
Yes.
Okay. Dunka, you need 1 turn to be able to get where Addie is standing.
Yeah, so I'm doing that.
Okay. So essentially you get to the very top of the tower to find yourself surrounded by 18 harpies. 6 of whom are on fire.
I'm down with that. And that's my turn, right? I can't do anything else?
Would you like to... You still have your action and your bonus action.
Ooh. Okay, well then I will definitely rage and get that going.
Alrighty.
And I guess I will
And you
throw...
can prepare an action.
Yeah. I could.
You could.
But instead, let's see, what's my... Yeah, I'm just going to throw a javelin at a harpy. Let's go for the one over here to the left.
Have at it. They're
All
not
right.
hard to hit.
Let's see here. Roll 20. Roll. Normal. Roll.
Since I have my phone for my internet right now, I'm gonna grab my actual calculator.
Wait, it rolled a hand axe. Whatever. Same difference.
Is it
Does
the
12
same
hit?
modifier?
Yeah.
A 12 does hit, yes.
Hey.
And that's 9 damage.
Yes, ma'am.
Alrighty. The harpy screeches as your hand... Well, your javelin? Are you throwing a javelin or a hand axe?
Hand axe.
Sure, it's a hand axe now. Why not?
Okay.
Roll with it.
Screeches in pain as your hand axe flies straight past its face, scratching its wing a bit, and then lands embedded in the wooden wall. Stone wall, I mean, because I said it was stone.
Yes, you did.
Brilliant.
Anything
Yeah,
else,
stone walls.
Dunka?
Nope, that's it. I'm done, mama.
Kyra, it's going to take you essentially 2 turns to get into the tower.
Okay, so, but I can fly on this owl 120 feet.
Yes.
I
that
can't
is-
see any harpies from the ledge yet.
Not yet, no.
Okay.
Because you're flying essentially diagonally up. On your
Okay.
next turn, you'll be basically right here, and you'll
Mhm.
have your action.
Sweet. All right.
Finn, it's the same deal for you. And Noctuum
Okay.
is just slightly behind you guys. So Noctuum will end up in the same spot as well, he just won't have his action.
Alright, yeah. I'll go 120 feet, like, diagonally. That'll be all.
Alrighty. The Harpies. These 6 that are on fire are gonna grab their younglings and fly down. And in the meantime, they're gonna run into Finn and Kyra.
Hi.
So, 3 will be attacking Finn, 3 will be attacking Kyra, because why not? But they are only going to make 1 attack because they are carrying an egg in each of their hands. So, with their claws, does a 13 hit you, Finn?
No. I have a
Okay.
17.
A 20 to hit Finn for
It
5
does hit me.
slashing damage. And a 15 will miss. And then for Kyra, still trying to get used to the update, that is only an 8 to hit.
Yeah, no.
That is a
Yeah.
22 to hit, 6
Yeah.
slashing damage.
Okay.
And that is a 17,
Yes.
4 more slashing damage.
Because she did not go into her red dragon form, she would have added 2 to her AC, but I didn't, so that's my bad.
That is unfortunate. Ramara
So-
is charmed and invisible, so they don't see her. However, they do see Gronlin, Nimue, Dunka, and Addie.
I'm sure they're all
I'm pretty sure we can
angry at
definitely
me.
see Addie.
Eddie's so stealth right now.
Just as a quick reminder to the stream, Addie is
Addie's
so
currently
mad right
invisible.
now. No
Addie-
levels in Barbarian, but Addie is raging.
Alright. Gronlin. 2 of them are going to make attacks against you, both at advantage. And they are going to multi-attack as well. So, the first one, that's 2 8s.
Take it.
The second one, that is an 18 to hit.
Fuck. I believe yes. Okay.
That is only 2 bludgeoning damage. The second harpy will make its attacks. That's 2 10s.
Nope, that doesn't hit.
And
Good thing for that new ring.
a 21.
That does.
4 bludgeoning
Just barely.
damage.
Just barely though.
They're gonna take a few swings at Nimue, and the 2 that are attacking Nimue are also gonna have advantage. So 12, I think, hits her. A 12 just misses her, actually. 22 will hit her for 4 bludgeoning damage. Oh, whoops! I never gave her that long rest that she needed. There we go. 4. And then the second harpy that's gonna swing at her. That is a 15 for 6 bludgeoning damage, or slashing damage, excuse me. And then the club. That is a 15 for 3 bludgeoning damage. Her AC is very low, in case you wanted to know. It's a 13.
Oof. That's pretty bad.
Used to be mine, but
Yeah. Dunka. 2 of them are going to attack you, but they do not have advantage because they are not flanking you.
That's
and then
right.
poor Addy is just gonna have so many attacks because he's massive.
No, it's okay. My AC is bigger than I am, so it'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Addy.
They've only got a +3. This is gonna be rough for them.
So Dunka, essentially these 2 that are just right here are gonna attack you.
Bring it.
They do not have advantage. So that is a 5.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
And then her second attack is a 13.
Nope.
Second harpy, her first attack is a 9.
Nope.
And 22.
That'll hit.
But you're raging, so that
2
Yeah.
bludgeoning damage have to 1.
Ouch.
Addy, 1, 2,
You cut my finger.
5, 6 of them are coming after you. Cool boy. Alright, Addy, I'm just gonna pair them off and just give them advantage, and if either of those numbers hits, just let me know.
Okay.
Oops. Not advantage. There we go. Alright, so the first 2, 11 or 21.
21 hits.
So that'll be 6 slashing. And then those 2 with their clubs. A 19 or a
Nope.
10.
That's 2
Will
misses.
those miss? The next 2, a 7 or a 21.
It's 1 hit.
6 more slashing damage. The clubs, a 7 or a 21 for 3 bludgeoning. And then the last 2 harpies, 18 is the highest.
Nope, that's misses.
And I think a 19 missed. And a 15 is the highest for the clubs. So
Yeah,
Addy
no.
just takes
Misses
2
all around.
hits from the harpies and is like, no.
no, stop it.
Stop it. Nimue.
Shoot.
Babe, babe, you know that they can hear you through my mic, right?
Yeah, well, I was also hitting the table, so I didn't want like the banging to carry over as well.
We don't want to do that. You know what we're gonna do? She's gonna cast Vampiric Touch. She's gonna miss, I guarantee you, but she's gonna cast it.
You'll miss.
Did it cast? There we go. 18 will actually hit for 9 necrotic damage from this harpy. And I believe she heals herself half as much with this spell. You regain hit points equal to half the amount of necrotic damage dealt, so she gets 4 hit points back.
Very nice.
Hooray. That, I believe, is going to be the end of her turn unless she has a bonus action that I'm not aware of. She has Misty Step, but that's a spell, so she can't cast that. Alright, Ramara.
So
Wisdom
is it
save.
at the start of my turn or the end of my turn that I make it?
Good question.
Because if it's at the end of my turn, then I gotta move as close as possible to whichever one of these has enticed me.
Yeah, we always had to move first, so it should be after your moves.
Yeah, I think it's at the end.
For some reason, I thought last week I was making saves before I moved.
I think it's like every certain amount of distance you went, then you made another save.
Yeah, so it's gonna be at the end of your turn.
Okay.
Um,
So which one of these harpies am I currently
let's
being
just
drawn
say,
towards?
Let's just say the one that's right next to Gronlin, that's closest to you, so you have to move
This
5
one?
feet. Yeah.
Would I move 5 feet and then bump into it?
No, you're just trying to get as close as you can.
I'm just like hovering over this harpy and it can't even see me.
Yeah. All right. Wisdom save.
Like Dunka with a cow.
With advantage, because everybody is still yelling at you in your mind.
They're like, Ramara, where the fuck are you?
Yes.
Where did you go?
No, it's more like, I'm getting scratched at by harpies.
Guys, help! Harpies!
Oh
Guys,
no.
help, harpies.
Did I fail again?
You failed again.
Jeez, woman.
Nice.
Whale.
I have only
Good
passed
at
one
money.
of these, by the way. I told
think-
you I am not very wise.
I think I only passed one as well.
Well, you managed to stuff your ears, so.
I did.
Alright,
At least
Addie.
you have advantage.
Addie.
They're not
mess
ready.
them up.
They're not ready. You as the
I'm ready.
DM are not ready for the
I'm
rules
ready.
exploitation that I'm
Ready.
about to do.
Eddie.
So here's the fun thing about Dragon Breath, right? It's technically a weapon, and enlarge gives me bonuses to weapon damage. So,
Oh no.
yeah, you've caught on. So we're gonna point the breath weapon this way.
You're gonna hit
Shit.
Ramara, who's invisible.
No, it's intentional.
It's intentional.
Intentional player-wise, not
Just kidding.
character-wise.
I have no idea where Ramara is. This is just the way I face to hit most of them at the same time.
Just don't roll a natural 20.
Oh, I don't make an attack. They make a save. I'm doing
Oh.
damage regardless.
Let's hope they don't
Exactly.
roll a natural 1 then.
Ramara, since you are going to be
Ramara.
taking damage from this, you'll be able to make another wisdom save. With advantage.
Cool.
I'll also make a
Um,
con save.
Addie.
But we'll also see her now.
What kind of save is this?
It's a con save.
Oh, because
Hey.
they're so good at this. Okay, so you're hitting 4 of them?
I believe I'm just hitting the 3 and Ramara.
3 and Ramara, okay.
And Ramara, you passed, by the way.
But
Did she
you still
pass
take
her
half
wisdom
damage. She did. Ramara,
Hey.
dexterity check.
I don't. Okay.
She passed it both times. With advantage, she passed it twice.
Hey.
Do I have anything that I can stuff my ears with?
Oh
Doesn't
yeah,
matter.
for sure.
If you're wearing
Yeah.
clothes, you can just
Yeah.
tear off a piece of cloth and stuff.
You are a cat.
Yeah.
You
Get some fur and stuff it in your ears.
just flip your ears down, you know?
Pack up a hairball, put them in both ears.
Stuff your ears with your ears. You know what? That passes.
What?
What? No.
I told you it wasn't a very high dexterity check.
What is it? A 1?
No, it was a 5.
Oh!
Thank you.
Got exactly what you needed.
Kind of benevolent.
How
Kind
much
of
damage did I
benevolent.
take?
You take like 3 from that, I think.
Yeah, you take no, you take
She's
4.
taking half. No,
Ye-
it's half rounded down.
No, because I added 2 because I'm big.
Oh, never
so
mind.
it's half of 9, 4.
I'm just gonna roll with advantage, so 1 passes, 1 fails.
That's okay. I still have. I had like 10 extra hit points. So I had 48 out of 38 hit points, and now I have 44 out of 38 hit points.
There you go.
Right,
I didn't even feel that.
last one, not stitched.
And Ramara, you're concentrating on invisibility, right?
Better make another con save real quick.
Unless you don't want to.
No, I want to fucking keep invisibility. What do you mean? Especially now that I can see.
they have taken their damage. Two of them passed and one failed. And then Ramara passed.
Yeah!
You keep your concentration.
I am still
Don't know
invisible.
you're there. They're like confused because the ice just kind of stopped
Wait
for a second.
I didn't cast invisibility. I
Thought you
drank a
drank
potion
something.
You drank a
Yeah.
that made me invisible. I don't have to make a con save because I'm not concentrating on it.
Oops. Well, you passed it anyway,
Well,
so it's okay.
Easy
That's
enough.
fine. Just be aware as soon as you attack or cast a spell or something, then it goes.
All right, so yeah, it's 9 cold to the one that failed, and then 4 cold to the 2 that passed.
Yep. They took their cold damage.
Now the real question is: attacking with my breath weapon considered part of the attack action?
Yeah. If you have extra attack, have at it, dude.
Oh God, I do have extra attack. Perfect.
I am a kind of benevolent DM, and
I
apparently.
disagree with that one, but
Listen, apparently, when you cast Green Flame Blade, you're not supposed to be able to have extra attack. But you know what? My DM did it for me, so I'm doing it for y'all too. Breath weapons count.
Sweet. Good to know.
Breath weapon is an attack. It is not a spell. It is a weapon that you are naturally born with. If you had made an attack with your claws, you would have had the extra attack. That's
Right.
my reasoning.
so there's so many targets to choose from. Which one visibly looks colder than the other 3?
This one.
Then I'm swinging at
This
that
one failed. Also, because you're so big, I'm gonna say they have to make a DC 10 strength save to not be pushed back.
And am I rolling with disadvantage because I'm being flanked, or does that matter?
No, you're not rolling with disadvantage. If they were all attacking you, then they'd be rolling with advantage, but it's not going to affect your rolls at all.
All right, well,
Look
28
at that
hit.
28.
Holy
See that
crap.
damage real quick.
Why is it not
Massive
auto
monster.
rolling damage?
10.
I
Now,
don't
hang
know.
on. You said that your equipment grows with you, correct?
Yep, so I'm adding a D4 to that damage as well.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're hitting 3 of them with that.
Oh.
Okay, so that's 11 damage.
To the 3 that are just in a line with you.
Wonderful.
Because it's
That's
a
cool.
massive longsword, and I
You
say
cleave.
backwards. You are cleaving, just like in Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
Let me do
Yeah.
the math real
I've been
quick.
playing that now because we started playing it.
Oh yeah, all of us have
I've been playing it by
on our own. Yeah.
myself.
I play it by myself all the time because I don't like having to wait for people.
I made a
Alright.
character for every class.
So all 3 of them are going to make a strength save. It's just going to be DC 10. So 2 of them pass. This one fails, so this one is going to be pushed back 5 feet. Righty. Anything else, Addie?
I can only hear him through Anna.
Yeah, your mic's muted.
Yep, absolutely. So we're gonna Action Surge,
Yeah!
Do it
and
again.
with my newfound knowledge of hitting 3 of these bitches at once,
Do it
That
again.
I just decided was going to happen.
Do it
yeah.
again.
So
They have to be in a line like they just were.
Wait,
but yeah.
did this one just move away from him?
Yeah, it got pushed. It failed its strength save, so it got pushed back 5 feet. Because he's massive.
all right, so we're just gonna swing in the same direction again with
Have at
attack
it.
1. Ooh, that's damage. I don't want to roll damage yet.
Yeah, they all have the same AC, so yeah, that hits.
26
Bye-bye.
work. Okay, cool.
You might actually just kill one of them.
16.
Plus your
what's
4.
that D4 though? What's that D4 though?
20.
Oh my gosh!
20
Yeah,
dead.
this one just drops. It's just dead.
Good roll.
Nice.
Cool.
20 damage. Holy cow! And then the other one, yeah, the other one's looking really hurt. Like you almost slice its wing off.
That's fine. I've got friends. I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna swing on this side.
Addie's having a great time with this.
21
Yeah,
hit
21 will hit. Yeah, 21 will hit.
There you
Just
go.
attack all 3 of them again.
for
Just keep going. Just keep
almost minimum damage plus 3, so 14 slashing damage.
all 3 of them are gonna make strength checks. I guess I'm gonna do 4 because this other one, actually she can't be pushed back. There's somebody there. But all 3 of them are gonna make strength checks. This one fails. This one passes. And the other one passes. So Hattie's just making his way downtown.
Yeah,
Don't.
we're just swinging left and right, and that is the whole turn.
That's exactly what happened. Whoever just started singing it.
Cloudy day. You're 65 feet from the base of the tower.
Yeah, okay, so she's going to sprint.
Okay. What's her speed again?
Like 80. when she
80? Okay.
Actions.
So yeah, basically you're able to get inside the tower and to the base of the stairs, essentially.
Alright, cool.
So, on your next turn, you'll be able to start running up the stairs, and it'll take you, let's see, 2 turns with dashing, and then 1 turn, and then you'll be at the top of the stairs. So you'll have an action on your 3rd turn.
Man, I should have just waited for the birds.
You didn't know he was going to cast Conjure Animals?
No, I didn't. It's okay. I'm gonna burst in as a werewolf, and everybody's gonna be dead. And I'm just gonna be like, well.
That was fun. Great time.
As per usual, the werewolves just fucking shit up. Not actually being useful.
Gronlin.
No, only London, really.
Okay. I have 2 options, and I think I'm gonna go with one. This one that I like.
I mean, yeah, you have to go with one option.
I have to go with one option.
Well, no, actually he doesn't. He can just stand there.
I could.
Third option.
That could be his third option.
My 3rd option. I will poison spray
Oh,
this one.
have at it.
It's a con save. 15.
points.
Because
They're not good at these.
that's exactly why.
That's a natural 1.
Yes.
You guys know what happens with failed con saves and natural ones and stuff, right? They
They
take
lose
a
a-
double
damage.
Okay, remember.
Oh, I was gonna say they just die, right?
Yeah,
Take
this one
double
melts.
damage.
This one will just die because it had 21 hit points left. But so for those of you at home who don't know, I have homebrewed some rules for doing saves and stuff for damage and such like that. So if there's a save involved, no matter what the save is, for an AoE spell or a single target spell, it doesn't matter. If there's a save involved and they roll a natural 1, they take double the damage. As opposed to just if they failed it, then they would just take full damage. If they pass their save but it's not a natural 20, they take half damage like normal. If it's a natural 20 for a pass, they take a quarter damage, I think. Is that what I said? Or did I say they take no damage? I have to double check. We'll do that later though. This one dies.
It just melts. Because
It's
it's
literally just a melted puddle.
starts
anything
coughing, and then its insides just boil up, and then
What a cruel world.
Would you like to do anything else, Gronlin?
for my bonus action, I will send Sylvester to a pocket dimension.
Sylvester
And-
disappears.
Nobody's yeah, he's just in a pocket dimension. I'll call him back later. I don't need him right now.
When everything is all calmed down.
Yeah,
Knock
that's
to
it.
him.
Is the pocket dimension in your pocket?
Yes.
Yes,
That's
perfect.
all
Canon
left.
now.
Knock to him, you manage to get here, and then you don't have an action, so on your next turn you'll be able to start attacking things. Also, you're a bird, so if you want to change back, you can do that.
I think I'm going to remain in my bird form,
Remain in bird form? Okay.
but with the contra animals, that they're supposed to have a initiative rolled as a group.
Oh, shoot. Are you really gonna make me bring up a bunch of different animals right now?
Only one giant
No,
owl.
there are 8 of them.
There are 8 and 2 are
There's
being
8.
ridden.
Oh.
There are 8 birds. Let me see if I can just find one real quick.
Gotta make 6 of them.
No, I have to make 8 of them.
No, because we're
No, we're
flying on
riding
2
2.
of them.
You're flying on 2 of them, yes, but
There's
make it
still
drop
2
off.
birds.
Oh well, once they drop us off up there, then
Or you
have
fall
8.
off.
Or we fall off, yeah.
That's true. That would hurt. very much.
But then Fink can save you and win your love
Oh.
back.
Yes, I will win your love back by saving you.
He's
They are
have wings. I at least have some. And I have the flying shoes.
Yeah, but you haven't trained your wings. So...
Yes, again, but I have the flying shoes.
alright. Giant
Yes,
owls
you
with an armor
do.
class of 10 and
Wait,
hit
why didn't you
points
use them yet?
19.
Cause I'm too lazy. I'd rather fly on the bird.
Holy cow, okay.
Wait, you could have been flying this whole time?
Finn,
Why waste the
you're on a
shoes when I've
bird.
got a bird?
Because I am on a bird.
Ira, you're on a bird.
Correct. You get a bird and you get a bird.
Like
You
Oprah.
get a bird.
Like Oprah.
This is our escape plan. Everyone jumps on a bird.
Everyone get on a bird.
398 turns of big remain. Alright, let's see. They have a dex of +2, so that means they get +2 for their stuff. Okay. Let's see. And do they act independently of you, Nocturne? They just act on their turn? Or do you have to give them commands?
If I don't give them a command, that they'll defend themselves against hostile creatures.
Okay, so they just defend themselves. Alright, so that's the end of your turn. Dunka, do a thing.
All right. So, because I rage frenzied, I got 3 attacks.
Are you
So-
frenzy too?
Yep.
Okay.
So I'm going to great weapon attack the same boy I did last time.
Which one was that?
That's just the one to the left of me here. Hold on, I can click on
Okay.
it for you. Yep, that bad boy. So let's do some damage.
Holy cow, 22 damage. She's not happy.
But she's not dead is the problem.
She's like almost missing a wing. Her head is like all
Not missing.
cut off.
I have to offer the head to the giant lizard friend I have. No.
I don't want it.
Next attack, Dunka.
All right, we will repeat it and attack again.
Do it. It's dead.
Oh wait, but there's more. That is a net 20, folks.
Yes.
And I get to do another attack when I hit a nat 20 as part of my feat.
Oh, so you get 4 attacks this round. Well, she's
Yeah.
dead, so pick something else.
All right, so I'm gonna go to the one above me
Do it.
and do another great weapon attack.
She's also dead. You got exactly her hit points.
Great. This is all good, going well. And then for the last one, then I'm going to recklessly attack it.
Do it. Get your advantage.
And that's great weapon with rage. Oh, I didn't even click with rage on all these. I screwed up my macros. But this is advantage rage.
She's very bloodied. Like,
So yeah, it's
barely
26 for
hit.
22 damage.
Yep.
There we go. That's everything.
That's
all
with
I
the
got.
rage damage?
Is that
Yep.
with rage damage? Because she has 2 hit points left.
Yeah, I added everything in there that I got. It just comes up naturally.
Cool. Alrighty. Is that it for Dunka?
That's it. I think that's enough. What, 2 kills and almost another.
Yep.
Muscle boys are trying to clear the room before everyone else gets up.
Martial classes, time to shine, baby.
Hyra, are you going to just fly past the harpies that are coming at you, or are you going to attack them?
She's gonna attack them, but first she's gonna, because she realized that she should have transformed. She's gonna transform now into
That's
her
a
were
bonus
dragon.
action.
Yep, and now she is going to attack, but she's gonna go into her bag of holding that Ramara gave her and try to find her weapon, and she'll pull up a new weapon that suddenly has appeared in her bag. She's gonna use it.
Like this.
She reaches into her bag and she's like, "What the fuck is this?"
She'll be like,
Oh,
cool,
better
but
use it.
okay.
Oh shit!
This is neat. Let's see what it can do.
Pulls out a Gatling gun.
Oh, okay. Wait, that's my thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Does a 27 hit?
A 27 definitely hits. You
It would
guys.
be funny. You pulled out a Tommy gun. You're like, say hello to my little,
My little
friend.
friend.
I'm trying to figure out why it rolled it 2 separate times, because it's supposed to do damage and radiant damage, right?
Yes. And
Oh,
it says
maybe it's
one-handed and then two-handed.
Oh,
and
okay.
then the
Yeah, so the
additional
one-handed
damage
damage is the 9 by itself, and then it's got two-handed damage for the 1d10, and then it has radiant damage, which is the 6. I'm assuming you're doing one-handed because you have to still hold on to the bird to be able to stay on.
Correct.
Not that it matters because the damage
Yeah.
was the same either way. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm assuming just to the one in front of you.
Correct.
Yeah, she's barely hanging on, just about to drop her egg.
Well, guess what? I'm gonna hit again because I get 2 attacks.
Yeah, she's dead and falling out of the sky.
And so does the baby egg. Bye bye, egg.
Do you
Wow,
want to
missed.
try and make a dexterity check to grab the egg?
Do it.
You know what? Why not? Let's see if I can
I
make it.
support you on this.
Have it.
Addie's hungry.
We're all
He's hungry.
hungry.
He wants his eggs.
He had that giant plate of eggs this morning.
Not hungry. I'm just angry.
I think I
Well,
rolled the right
you're
thing.
hungry and you're angry though.
Look,
Yep.
you're
You managed to catch the egg.
you gotta be
Cool,
thinking.
I got a
you're,
harpy?
You have a
You're
harpy egg.
you're
Okay,
this
well-
big. How many calories do you think you're burning right now?
How big is this egg? Hold on, how big is this egg?
That's a good question. Harpies aren't very big, so it's like I don't know.
Like the size of an ostrich egg or something like that? Like,
I feel like harpies are smaller than ostriches, though.
Then something like a large turkey egg kind of deal.
Yeah,
okay.
it's small enough for you to fit in your bag of holding.
Okay, yeah, I'm definitely
Yeah.
putting it in the bag
Just
of holding.
be aware, if it hatches while in the bag of holding,
It will die. Yes.
Well, creatures can survive in the bag of holding
For
for
10
10 minutes before
Okay.
they begin to suffocate.
Well, hopefully it doesn't hatch within this time frame that we're fighting, because she's putting it in the bag so she can continue killing
Look,
harpies.
man, if it hatches immediately and we are still fighting in game 10 minutes later, something has gone horribly wrong.
Correct. So, but
Addie has fallen out of the tower if we are still fighting in 10 minutes.
yeah. But yeah, that's her
You,
turn.
Kara?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So the birds that you're not flying are they're just gonna stay where they're at actually, because they just have to defend themselves. Finn, are you gonna move past the birds? Or
No,
past
I'm
the
gonna
harpies,
shoot
or are
the
you gonna-
birds.
Shoot the bird.
I
Well,
gotta
keep
shoot the
in mind,
birds.
if you're trying to shoot them, you're going to have disadvantage unless you have that feat.
Which feat?
one that-
Sharpshooter does give me advantage, or I do have the feat that allows me to shoot
So-
at 5
So if you're
range.
within 5 feet, you don't have disadvantage? Okay. Just making sure.
Let me just double check whether it was sharpshooter or if it was the guns.
If you have it, have at it. I don't care which one it is. I just
Yeah,
know
yeah.
that you have it.
Yeah, I do. I have the gunner feat. There you go. That's what. I'm gonna go use sharpshooter though. Speaking of that, when I shoot the bird in front of me.
Okay. Not enough with sharpshooter.
I missed the first shot, but I'm gonna take another shot. Same thing with sharpshooter. Praying with that my luck is better this time around.
Make sure you're marking off your bullets too. That'll hit.
Hey, hey. And then I go deal extra 10 damage with my pistol shot. Like that.
Actually, she's falling out of the sky. She just goes away.
There we go.
So 10 plus 10,
Yep.
20 damage.
It's
She's
still
still
up.
up.
Whatever. I'll action surge, shoot it 2 more times. This one I
Legit.
won't use sharpshooter. I'll just shoot her straight out.
That'll hit, yeah. Yeah, she's falling out of the sky too. Do you want to try and grab her egg?
Yes, I'm gonna grab an egg. I need an egg of victory. I need a trophy for after this.
Dexterity check.
Dexterity check or save?
Correct.
Check? Gotcha. Check.
Yeah, you grab the egg.
Hey, I'm victorious. But I have
There are now
one
2
more
harpies.
shot, so I'll go take a shot at this harpy over there. This time also with sharpshooter.
With sharpshooter? Okay.
Gotta go for the headshot.
Yep, that'll hit. An 8 and 10.
18.
So. Okay. She's still up.
That would be my turn, as I am now going to go to my sheet and mark off my bullets.
Fantastic. All these harpies are gonna fly over and attack you two. So, Finn, 2 are gonna come after you just with claws. So let's see if either of these hit. An 11 or a 13.
No.
Alright, Kyra, same thing for you. That's a natural 20 and a 15. Do those
Oh.
both hit?
No, only the 23.
Only the 23, okay.
But it's
How
crit.
funny is it that I rolled 2d4 plus 1 for her damage, and she got max damage, and then rolled 2d4 again. And it was almost max damage again. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14,
Irritating.
16 slashing damage.
Are you alright, Kyra?
Why
It's not
did
your
this
turn. You don't get
change?
to talk to her.
How many? How many again?
16.
You're still in the doghouse.
Aww. Still sleeping on the
Yes.
couch.
You're
So
making me
is
do
Dunka.
math.
Duncan's
Everybody's
just
in the doghouse.
always.
Yeah,
in the
Duncan's kind of used to it, I think. He's trying to come out. You just keep avoiding him.
Alright. The harpy's inside.
Oof.
Gronlin, one's going after you. But she's attacking you twice.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 13 to hit.
Miss.
Then a 5 to hit.
Miss.
One is going after Nimue. Natural 1.
It hurts itself.
No, there's nothing around it for it to actually hurt, and it's not going to scratch itself.
That would be hilarious, though.
It really would be. Let's just see. Nah, nothing happens. Dunka, one's going after you.
It has advantage, remember?
Oh yes, thank you. Let me just roll this again. 2 15s.
Nope.
And then
That
for
is
the
my AC.
club. That is your AC?
Yes.
Then that does hit. It has to meet or beat.
Oh, so then I'm hit. So I'll take half of the 6, so 3. Ouch.
Okay, and then half of the 4, so 2. Nalina, give yourself inspiration, and then yeah, go ahead and make a dexterity save.
I thought so.
Nalina just reminded me that she took a crit hit and was like, I'm surprised you didn't make me make a dex save. You're fine,
Okay.
but also keep your inspiration point.
Okay.
So Dunka, you take a grand total of 5 damage from that harpy.
Yep, I've lost all of 6 hit points so far this round.
Alrighty, Addie, I'm sorry, but
Don't be sorry. This is literally what I'm here to do.
it's just to be the monster. Alright, so again, 2 of them are I'm just gonna roll it. It's 2 14s, they both miss. Clubs. One's a 14, one's a nat 20. So it's gonna be 5, 6 total damage from the club with how we do crits. So that's the first 2, the second 2. That's a 6 and a 9, both miss.
That harpy rolled 1s for its damage on this thing.
Yes, but remember when we
I
do
know,
crits, yeah.
But it was really funny that the amount of damage it didn't just roll
It was
one.
all ones.
All ones.
So Addie, again, the next 2 miss you, and then the last one that's attacking you. That's a 7. They're not good at hitting Addie. That's a 14. Still misses.
They're all afraid of him.
You're just making him more mad.
He's a giant lizard. He's
just
Adzilla.
so bad.
I'd be afraid of me too.
Right. Nimue is gonna do a thing.
We did the math over in Twitch chat. I did 117 damage last turn.
Holy
Jesus.
cow. To all 6 of the harpies that you hit. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's see here. Creature in a 10-foot cube. Save. Charmed or frightened by you until the end of your next turn. Interesting. Are they immune to this? they are not. So, that's each creature in a 10-foot cube. Alright. Let's see here. I need Dunka, Addie, Gronlin, and 4 Harpies to make wisdom saves.
Perfect.
Did you say wisdom again?
Yep.
Aye.
Our
This seems
strongest-
familiar.
What's the DC for
Where have I seen this before?
15? Addie
I'm-
and
I'm
Gronlin,
too
you're
mad.
fine.
I'm
Addie's
too
I'm
mad.
too mad.
Addie's too mad. Actually, yeah. And Dunka, you're fine too. I was gonna give you guys
Yes!
advantage since you guys are mad and raging, but you don't need it. So we'll say that this harpy is fine. This harpy failed.
That's a
No,
10-foot
no.
cube?
No, no. This harpy's not in a 10-foot. It was this
Yeah.
one, this
It's
one,
Oh, just kidding.
and these two.
This harpy is fine. This harpy failed. And the other 2 harpies failed. So
I like how I can't see, it's all black. So
Yeah.
I've been
I
in
just
the
see
same boat
random
for-
No, Don't worry, we can't see the epic sky battle that's going on outside either. So.
flying giant owls.
Yeah, dude, we've got owl
Nice.
riders versus harpies. That sounds rad as hell.
I feel like
So
it
title.
was Harry Potter went wrong. Like they mutated their owls and now they're riding them instead of their brooms for Quidditch.
I'm just in here 20 feet tall massacring harpies, and y'all
Are
are
you
out
hitting,
there having
hitting
like
your head on that
jousting
ceiling?
matches.
My question, like, are you
Yeah,
that
probably.
big?
It's tall. It's
Probably.
Tall ceiling. It's tall ceiling.
They have
Alright,
vaulted
so-
ceilings.
You guys watch as Nimue just kind of glares at everything that's around her. Addie, Gronlin, and Dunka are fine, and the one harpy that has 2 hit points left they don't care at all. But the other 3 harpies are suddenly terrified of her. Who has the highest passive perception?
Not me.
Are you
Probably
including people who are
Cloud.
outside?
Not
But
me.
she's
Cloud
outside.
is not there.
Of the 3 people who had to make that wisdom save.
I got a
No,
13.
It's of anybody that's in there.
Probably Noctuum.
Oh, it's absolutely Noctuum. His
Yeah.
passive
It has to be.
perception's like 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he
you
won.
literally said mine is an 18.
Noctuum, you watch, and you see dark energy flit behind her eyes for a moment. And then suddenly the harpies are afraid of her. But it's not energy that you recognize. This isn't a fae, this isn't a demon or anything like that. This is something that you've never seen before.
It's like a Care Bear stare.
Oh my god, you're getting hit with the Care Bear stare.
Oh god.
Mara.
Okay, so I've been thinking about this since last turn. Alright?
You've been thinking about how you were gonna do this since you had to start making wisdom saves.
No, because you reminded me on the last turn that I can't attack or cast a spell without losing my invisibility. So, Ramara is going to do neither of those things.
Oh.
And what she's going to do is she is going to take out one of her empty bags of holding. And she is going to kind of walk forward to this harpy. And she is going to, from the top down, capture the harpy in the bag of holding.
Isn't
And
that
then-
considered an attack though?
No, because she's not trying to do damage. And then she, if I can use a bonus action to do this, is going to take a dagger and just cut a tiny little hole in the bag of holding and make the harpy disappear into the astral plane.
Dang.
Can I please do this?
But that's
Because
a one-time
then the
thing.
harpy would just disappear
Hang on.
right in front of Addie. She has
Hang on.
plenty of bags of holding. She can fix this one.
Hang on, Anna.
Please.
Hang on.
Is there a fanny pack?
It weighs less
First
than
and
500
foremost.
pounds.
First and foremost, I'm not worried about its weight. Why is it disappearing? Because explain to me your reasoning behind making it disappear. Just so I understand.
Just to freak the rest
so
of the party out.
everything that she's wearing or carrying is invisible currently.
Mm-hmm.
So if she captures the harpy inside of the bag of holding, it's going to turn invisible because she will then be carrying it. That's not the reason that she's doing it. It's just funny because Addie's gonna be like, where the fuck did that harpy go?
I thought you said you wanted it to go to the astral plane. You wanted to cut a hole in the bag of holding.
Well, yeah, because otherwise it would just be in the bag of holding, and then what's she gonna do with a harpy in the bag of holding until
It
suffocates
dies in 10 minutes, though.
Right,
yeah.
like she doesn't need
Suffocate
she
it.
doesn't need a harpy. She just wants to get rid of it without attacking it, because she's not actually doing any damage. She's not rolling to attack. She's just
Okay. You're aware that you can't fix it after this, right? Because it is then destroyed.
the bag
That
of
is what
holding.
happens if the bag is overloaded, pierced, or torn. It ruptures and is destroyed, and its contents are scattered in the astral plane.
Yeah, that's fine. It's empty. So
Okay.
She's-
Just making sure that you're aware that's what's
she
going
can
to
just
happen.
she can just make another one. It's fine.
I wanted to make sure that we weren't doing a portable hole inside of a bag of holding situation and making everything within 10 feet disappear.
No. If I was gonna do that, I would put a bag of holding inside of a bag of holding and just
Yeah,
open
I
a
know.
portal to the astral plane, and then
And then everything within 10 feet would get sucked in.
yeah, that's not what she's doing.
Including Addie.
She's just trying to get rid of this harpy without having to attack it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to play
You're-
a new character that bad, thanks.
You're gonna make an acrobatics check, and it's gonna make a dex.
Probably couldn't fit through the opening.
And we're gonna see if you can.
Can I make an
catch it.
acrobatics check with advantage because I'm invisible and I'm sneaking up on it? Well, it's a good thing I'm decent at
You try.
acrobatics.
No, you have to beat a 10. So.
Oh,
There you
she got it.
Oh,
Yeah, Rim.
Yay.
Yep. So
No,
Addie,
nobody knows that she's there.
But
That's
we
the
can
best
celebrate
part.
you.
We, as the
your
players,
friends.
are celebrating
Players are
for you.
celebrating it.
Hang on. Addie, you watch. You're kind of surprised when you see that this harpy just vanishes. You hear a sort of, and then it's just an empty space.
You probably kind of hear a when the bag ruptures when she cuts it.
Nope, that's what that is.
Ah.
As it's getting sucked into the astral plane.
The-
Good
Harpies-
Foley work, everyone.
This is, you know what? Have an inspiration point. For
Thank
that.
you. I thought about this for a long time. I was like, how can I help the battle without attacking or casting a spell? This is how I'm doing that.
How many empty bags of holding do you have?
Like 6. Well, okay, so empty, probably only like 3. Because I have like 4 that I'm carrying on my person at all times.
Anna has to now keep track of how many bags of holding she has on her and what their contents are from now on.
This is fine.
You think that's a problem for Anna? She probably already does that.
Yeah, I have a Google Doc. Do you
Is it-
not remember that?
She has spreadsheets. I know she does.
It's
And-
Anna. Come now.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, that's it. I don't have anything else to do.
Good turn. Good turn.
Addie.
This is why I don't play intelligence-based classes. I'm not trying to do homework in my off time, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, gonna do what fighters do best. We're going to
Smash
swing
it.
on this side first.
Do it.
There we go. 16 hit.
Yep. That hits, and this one just, I don't even care what the damage is, it's dead.
It's 11 plus 2, so 13 total.
Okay. This other one is still up, but it does have to make its save before anything else happens. That's a 4. Which direction would you like her to go?
I don't care.
out the
I can-
lighthouse.
It's no. She'll make its
Here,
move 5
hold on. Straight back.
Straight back here or straight back here?
Straight back
away
here.
from him.
And with my second attack, I'm gonna swing in this direction.
Yeah,
That's a
12 still
12
hits them.
hit.
Yep.
Wild.
They have an 11 AC.
For 12 slashing damage, plus 3, so 15 total.
15 total. I can't do math. they're both gonna make their saves. They're both gonna fail, so they're both gonna move 10 or 5 feet back. Anything else, Addy?
Nope, that's it.
Alrighty. Cloudy day.
Yeah,
Take you.
I'm running upstairs.
Running up the
80
stairs.
feet.
So you're at the base of the tower right now. You're gonna get 80 feet up. Next turn, you'll be up to 260. 260? No, 160. I can do math. So, and then the turn after that, you'll be able to attack things.
Sweet.
Gromlin.
Everybody's gonna be.
They're all gonna be dead, but you did your best.
I will poison spray the one over here again.
Do it. It's a con save, right?
Yes, 15. Ooh, shit.
That's an 8.
Nice roll, Gronlin.
She's still up, but barely.
Alright.
Her
Oh.
face is starting to melt.
Because it's only a fucking. That's. Oh, okay. It's really all I can do. I could heal myself, but that makes no point. Point to do that.
Unnecessary.
Unnecessary. So yeah, that's it.
Noctuum. Noctuum, you can hit things now.
I think I'm going to jump back to my humanoid form.
Okay. That's your bonus action.
Would the giant elves be able to hear me from up here?
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to tell them to fight the dot hoppies and try to save any eggs or hatchlings that fall.
All right. Then anything else?
For action, I'm going to use Firebolt on one of the hoppies.
Which one?
Am I able to see the one next to Nimue?
No. Bronlin is blocking it, and the other harpy is blocking it.
I think I will hit this one.
Which one was that?
The one under Eddie.
The one under Addy? Okay. Have at it. In fact, you have advantage because it's engaged with Addy.
Congratulations.
It's gonna die. Not quite.
Hey.
Still alive. Barely.
I'm sure I'm alive, but what?
It's going to say hi, Nimue.
Anyway.
Gonna say hi, Nimue.
Hi.
Alright. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Alrighty. Dunka. You have bodies to step over. Or you can just move down and hit 3 other things.
Yeah, I'm just moving straight down, and I'm gonna do what Dunka does best, and that's get angry, and smash things with his giant axe.
Do it.
All right, so we got the guy next to us. You said he was actually pretty weak, so I'm just going to do a regular weapon attack on him.
Which one?
The one to the right that you said is like barely breathing.
Cool. The one that he just hit. With
Yep.
a firebolt.
Do
They
I
don't
have
like fire, apparently.
great advantage, great weapon? So I just have to do a roll attack because I'm not going to use great weapon here. But we'll have to put +2 on the damage because of my raging.
Rage. Listen, it's dead.
Brilliant.
At 4
So-
hit points.
That's what I was going for. All right, so then I'm going to recklessly attack the one next to Gronlin. The one directly
that's
next
not
to him.
necessary,
Why not?
because it has 2 hit points.
Oh, what about the one above it then?
That one you can recklessly and have
Fine.
make sense.
We'll go after that one. And we will great weapon attack, reckless attack. So that is, which one is that one? I got all my little buttons here. Rage, great weapon, advantage, great weapon. Here we go. Boom. 12 or 13.
It's dead because it had 29 hit points and you just
Damn.
killed it.
So 30 hurts him, huh?
Yeah. That one hadn't been untouched, but yeah, 30 hurts.
That's all right. All right. All right. That's. And then I guess we'll attack the next one then with the third attack. And you said he's like really low, so I'm just gonna make a normal weapon attack.
It's gonna die.
So
Poison
let's
sprayed it in the face.
roll with it.
Ooh, crit.
Very dead.
It's dead. Well, I guess you get to make another attack, don't you?
I don't. It just lets me do it as a bonus action, and since I'm already frenzied, it's the third one, so
Okay.
I'm already done there. But I cleared out my little friends here, and they're no longer threatened by harpies.
So many dead harpies. See, this is
So.
really easy when you guys have everybody together.
Collect the feathers to make pillows.
Split the
All
team.
the pillows.
Well, I melted a few of them.
Alright.
Hold
So,
on to them.
seeing what that sword did, she's gonna continue using it because she thinks it's pretty cool.
Well, yeah.
Does seem like a pretty cool sword.
Alright, you going after the one directly in front of you?
Right in front of me, yeah.
Yeah, that'll hit. Ooh,
10 plus
damage.
3, right? For radiant?
Yeah.
Or
She's still up, but not looking too hot.
well, let's
She's
go
on
again, shall
fire,
we?
taking radiant damage. You just almost cut her in half. Like,
If she's on fire, shouldn't the harpies that were on fire have been taking some kind
No,
of
they're-
fire damage?
they would take fire damage if they stayed in the nest.
Gotcha. But you said they're
She's
on
not actually
fire.
on fire. She's not actually on fire.
Okay.
I'm just exaggerating.
So 14.
She's dead.
Yes.
You want to make a dex check?
Catch
Sure.
that egg.
Catch an egg again. I like
We're
dex
just collecting
checks.
eggs.
Nat 20.
Get another egg.
You've obtained egg.
Goodness. Anything else?
No, that is all she can do.
Yeah, your party
Wait.
now has 3 harpy eggs.
I have 3 harpy eggs?
No,
This
I
Finn-
have
Finn
one.
has-
whole
Oh, the
party.
party.
has one.
Sorry,
You
I
have
had
two.
something wrong. What
Alright.
kind of thing is a bonus action? Oh, I can. Oh, that's fine.
And you said no more Pokemon this adventure.
You know
No.
what? You know what? As a bonus action, before I end my turn, as a bonus action, I'm gonna hex the other harpy that's diagonal from me, so that when I hit her next time, I can add a d6.
Cool. The owls
No.
get to move without provoking attacks of opportunity because that's a thing they get to do.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. So the 6
Owls
owls that
are
are not
cool.
being ridden are going to attack with their talons. They have +3 to hit and they deal 2d6 +1 damage. What the heck?
Yeah.
That's a lot of damage for an
They're-
owl.
They're
It's
giant
a third level
owls.
spell.
They're giant owls.
It's
What
a
I said,
third
they
level
have
spell. It's worth it.
+2 to hit, +3 to hit. Yeah, that hits. For 2d6 +1.
Let's hope they don't kill the harpy and drop the eggs.
So
8
8.
damage. I need this thing to go to the back so I can click on it. Okay. And then this owl is gonna make an attack. That one misses. The owl above it misses. The owl next to that misses. The owl next to that hits. 2d6. 5 damage on this harpy. And then the last owl hits. 6. 8 more damage on this harpy. Goodness. So many combatants this time.
Okay.
Finn,
Oh.
do a thing.
Yes, I'm going to shoot the one on my left. That's the one I injured with my shot last turn, right? This one
It
over
might
here.
be. I don't remember.
Okay. I'll shoot the one that I injured last turn with a normal
That's
shot.
So helpful. I don't remember which one you injured last turn.
That's
Oh,
one of them.
okay. I'll shoot the one to my left with the sharpshooter then.
Hey Anna, do you have another thing that you could scroll down and see where they're attacking so the stream could see it? I know we set up like a torch or something last time for you.
No, we didn't.
22
Yeah, that
damage.
one's dead. Would you like to make a check?
Yes, I would. Very much so.
Ramara's just floating in midair now.
She already was.
She can fly.
Unfortunately, you're not able to catch that egg.
Darn it.
All right.
I have one more shot, so I'll go shoot the first one in front of me. I'll use sharpshooter, but I'll also use one of my class abilities and use a violent shot. So I get a +2 to my misfire score, but I get to roll an additional die of damage if it hits.
Tell you right now, you won't need it.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, then I'll just save it for later then.
Yeah. it's dead.
Okay, one more time for catch it. I need to redeem myself. Redemption.
Oh, you dropped an egg?
Yep. That one.
Yeah.
That one you catch, no problem. Don't worry. The owls will go after the one that dropped.
Hey.
Anything else, Finn?
Nope. That is all my turns.
All right. Tell me something, Nolino. What does Hex do?
Let me check. Place a curse on a creature.
Does it just give you extra damage?
The target drops to 0 hit points before the spell ends. Use a bonus action. Turn the curse onto a new creature. Remove curse. Yeah, it doesn't do anything to them other than give me extra 1d6 necrotic damage when I hit with an attack.
Alright, so she's gonna attack you.
Okay.
That's a 16?
Nope.
She misses.
She doesn't like that you're taking her eggs.
Yeah, she really doesn't like that.
Oh well.
Alright, the other 3 that are still up here are just gonna go after Addy again. Because he's the biggest thing in the room.
Literally.
So the littlest things are going to attack the biggest things.
Yeah. Does the 19 hit Addy? I don't think it does.
Nope.
Does a 20 hit Addy?
No. Wow.
Alright, so that's the first 2.
Oh, Addy.
That's another 20 that misses.
Yeah, A's a 21. He's hard to hit.
Good God.
That's a 19. Oh my gosh, they all missed. All 3 of them with all of their attacks.
This
That's
is
ridiculous.
kit levels of.
Kit levels.
A bunch of you were on the boat when I told you how I got my name, and I really hope it's starting to set in.
Not me.
Alright. This one. We'll miss Nimue here. Gosh, my brother's calling me again. That's random. Let's see. She is going to just step over this one and cast Chill Touch. And I forgot she has advantage because it's engaged again. Still misses. Useless Nimue.
Get a Nimue.
Ramara, do a thing.
You're a shitty warlock.
So, Ramara can still fly. She never lost her fly because it came with the spell. So, how is this one looking right here?
Which one? Sorry.
This one.
This one in front of her?
Yeah.
It's okay. It looks like it's taken a couple of hits, but nothing too major.
Alright, so she's going to fly like 10 or 15 feet up into the air. Just high enough that when she casts a ranged spell attack on that creature that it's not a disadvantage.
Okay.
And then she's going to
And she does have advantage because it's engaged.
Okay. So she's going to cast, and this will end her invisibility, but she's going to do it anyway because she's in the air now. She casts Ray of Sickness. What, did it roll? Oh yeah, it did, okay. She got a 20. It did it has to make a constitution save with a DC of 15. It fails, so it takes 17 poison plus 4, so 21 poison damage.
It looks very unhappy.
Gonna even look even unhappier.
and
Very
stick-
soon.
It's about to get its head lopped off
Yeah.
by the
Anything
beheader
else for Mara?
himself.
Just thinking.
It is a great honor to be beheaded by the beheader.
It is.
Yeah, no, that's it. She's just gonna float like 15 feet up in the air. That's her turn.
And now they're aware that you're there.
Yeah, but
Addie.
I don't. But between the 9 of us, I don't think it's gonna matter that much.
Me either.
So, for the first swing, we're gonna swing to the right.
Do it.
26 hit.
Yeah. Have
For
you ever missed them?
I don't
Yeah,
think
it's not.
so. Well, I could. I would
Bless
just
you.
need to roll really low. For 11 slashing damage to both of them.
This one is dead.
Bless you.
I'm muting my mic. So you
I
wouldn't
hear
me
you.
Sneeze.
It'd pick up on mine though.
Yeah.
Strength save. That one does pass, so it gets to stay where it is.
That's fine.
And you know what, Addie? I'll let you face diagonally, and you can just hit both of them if you
I was just about to ask if I swing like I'm attacking this square, do I...
Because
Let's.
Addie's about to end this fight, and poor Cloudy got nothing
Does a
out of it.
29 hit or 27? Sorry.
Yes.
Hey, Cloudy will get XP.
Oh my God, I'm rolling so low on damage today.
The
Just like every
humanity.
day
You know what,
for
though?
12.
That's just enough to kill both of them.
Woo!
The hell?
Straight up, this one up here literally had 12 hit points left.
Is that the end? Is there
That's-
still? Are there harpies
no, there
outside
is still one.
There's one harpy outside.
One
Okay,
has-
then I have a quick question. Would you permit me as a bonus action to punt one of the harpies' heads out of the tower?
Just kick
Are you
it
just
so
doing
it
for
hits
the
the
sake
other
of doing
harpy.
it?
Yeah, no, just to do it, and you
Yeah.
can use that athletics number to tell you how far it went if that helps. I'm technically supposed to roll with advantage because big, but
Do Finn and Kyra see the head just fly?
Yes.
Like,
It's just
The beheaders work
flies
right
out to
there.
the ocean.
just wanted to let y'all know we're doing okay up here.
he's losing a piece of his collection.
Aww.
Why don't you try to catch it for him?
But yeah,
Oh my
Yeah.
god, let's catch it for him.
that's
My
it.
brother
That's
Go
the
catch
turn.
it.
My brother has straight up called me 4 times, and I'm like, I can't talk right now.
Aw.
That is the turn.
Alrighty. Well, Cloudy, you get to the top of the tower.
Nothing here.
And there's nothing there. There's just dead bodies.
Well,
396 turns of big. I don't know how Addie's planning on getting out. Like,
He's just gonna climb down like the ogre from the beanstalk.
I'm just gonna jump into the water.
you know, that works.
I guess he'll just turn back into a human and no longer be werewolf.
She'll get up there like, oh man.
Oh, like you just see this very disappointed wolf, and then it just turns back into a little girl.
Bronlin.
If I go out to this ledge, can I see that last harpy?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to do that.
Keep in mind that nest is still on fire.
Oh well, fuck.
You set it on fire.
I did. Can I? Do I have anything to put it out? No, I don't.
Doubtful.
Can I use my mage hand to push the burning nest off the ledge?
No, just because it's so big, it definitely weighs more than 5 pounds. It had.
I think it's
harpies.
10.
I'm
It's
pretty
10,
sure it's
but
5.
yeah.
But even so, it held 6 harpies. It's a massive
Sure.
nest.
I'm gonna ray of frost it to fucking to take. You know what? Never mind. I'm just gonna stand here.
Just gonna stand.
I'm just gonna stand here. I'm gonna call back. I'm gonna call Sylvester back from the pocket dimension. So that's it.
knocked him. There's one harpy left, but it's on the other side of a fire.
I reached for magic missile.
Yeah, I'm sure you can reach it with magic missile. You can still see it.
Oh, well, I'm immortal. Never mind.
That's 3 auto hits.
Yeah, that is 3 auto hits. With 5 on the first one, and I think it's just 1 damage for all of them, right?
Magic missile.
I think that's what Addie told me once upon a time.
Yeah, it's
Whatever damage you roll is just
Yeah,
what
it's-
it deals.
yeah.
And he just happened to roll max damage, so yeah, that harpy's dead. Kyra, you can use your reaction to try and catch the egg.
Okay. Dexterity check, right?
You
Alrighty.
catch that
Yeah,
egg.
girl.
Another egg.
Damn.
I
Catch
have
that egg so good.
what, 3 or 4 eggs now?
You
And
have,
like,
I think 3.
all
No,
nat
I think you
20s.
have 4.
I think I have 4.
Then Finn has 1. No, Finn has 2. You have 3, and Finn dropped 1.
Ah,
Yeah,
there we go.
So the owls can try and go and catch that other one.
Yeah, the owls are gonna go down and catch the one that Finn dropped. They've got like 4 rounds to catch it.
And why are we catching harpy eggs? Just
Because.
I don't know.
Kyra's gonna hatch one and study it.
And Finn is gonna sell off the rest of them, or probably eat them, one or the other.
Congratulations. You managed to kill 18 harpies.
Woohoo.
Listen, Al. Fight me.
Okay.
Is the
Just
battle
saying.
over now?
The battle is over, and you guys get 450 experience points
Woot.
each.
Hey, hey. We did it!
dun, 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 dun,
450.
dun, dun, dun. We're sneaking up on level 6, y'all.
We're
Just
slowly
creeping.
but surely. Slowly but surely approaching. Addie, do you choose to end your massiveness?
No.
Yeah.
Why am I not surprised? Alright. You guys have gotten rid of the harpies. Their nest is still burning. There are owls outside. What would you like to do?
I mean,
I think. Or after the owls catch the other egg.
Yeah, they catch it and they bring it to Noctuum.
Okay. I
They're like,
believe
nah.
we should.
you thought you were gonna get it?
We're
Oh,
not
no.
loyal to you.
No, I didn't think that at all. Gonna huff in my
Noctuum's so
corner. No, I got 2 eggs. I'm good. I think we can go and see the others now.
Dunka's real tired. He's like, guys, I need a nap. Being that angry makes me tired.
Yeah, Duncan does have a level of exhaustion now.
Or we could go back and
Well,
collect the
it's
reward. Since it's
almost
clear.
9 o'clock, so.
Kyra's not listening to Fen. She's going off with her owl to.
Yeah, you guys decided to come and do this at night, right?
No, it was the.
No, it's the middle of the day.
middle of the
Middle of the
day.
day.
Yeah, it was literally like high noon, and you were like, "Are
Hold
you
on.
sure you guys want to sneak up to a lighthouse in the middle of the day?" And we were like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we're doing."
Yeah, we're doing that.
And half of us didn't sneak. We ran at it.
Nobody did their research beforehand either.
No,
And it went fine.
exactly.
As you
We're-
can see.
Surprisingly enough,
we
I
all
still have
lived.
Cloudy search bodies.
Finn will
Cloudy's
go.
gonna search bodies. I mean, you
connect
find
her.
some feathers.
I want
A lot of
one.
half-naked women's bodies because
I
they're
want-
harpies.
I want one
Okay, well,
harpy
she
feather.
Blushes, but then she heads out.
Nocturne is correct. You can use the owls to fly down from the lighthouse.
I appreciate the
Nimue-
thought.
Nimue, for her part, disappears.
What else is
Oh,
new?
okay.
Whatever.
Just what poof.
Whatever. I want one
Or
harpy
Nocturne.
feather.
Okay. You get a harpy feather.
Not from one of the ones I poisoned.
Yeah, okay. I mean, there is one that Ramara just disappeared. But nobody saw it happen.
Nobody saw
Yeah,
it.
nobody knows what happened to that harpy.
It just went.
Harpy just vanished.
It
one day.
just poof.
It's 9 o'clock.
Dunka
Nocturne.
yells into his wristwatch, Kyra, Finn, are you guys okay?
Yeah, it's 8 p.m. What the heck?
What do you mean?
Did we start late today?
No?
No, we
No,
started
I
on time.
think it's just daylight
Started on
savings time.
No.
No, it's just that's what time does. It moves while we're playing and having fun.
We've been
Exactly.
playing for an hour and 42 minutes.
Dang.
Well, I guess we're gonna take a break now.
Oh,
For
okay.
for what it's worth, just real quick, let me get the one line of RP in before we cut to break screen. To Noctuum, at the suggestion of being flown down. I weigh a ton right now, literally. I weigh 2,080 pounds because my weight has increased 8 times.
Ramar's gonna look at you.
I don't think the birds are gonna get me down there.
I can fix that if you'd like.
No, this is gonna be more fun.
Or I can fix.
As you wish. And then she's going to fly off.
Throw it to break, streamer.
All right, break. All right, stream. We are going to break.
Alright,
We'll
break, we're
see
going to
y'all
stream.
in 10 to 15 minutes. Whatever. It's fine. See you later.
Welcome back to the 9th episode of Adventures in Lutoroan. I can't speak today, apparently. I finished my french fries. We're good to go.
Now that the harpies have shut the fuck up, we can hear the sounds of the harbor and the waves crashing against the lighthouse. It's very wonderful ambient sound.
Now go join the campaign music thing and see if my internet wants to hold up today.
So does it look like so now their nest is burning? Will they be coming back?
They're
Or like
dead.
other harpies?
What-
Well, were there other
harpies?
harpies here? I don't know. I don't know how harpies are. I don't know
I'm
anything
gonna go
about
ahead.
harpies.
I'm gonna go ahead and put out the assertion that harpies probably aren't migratory.
Okay.
But we didn't
I'll
study
go.
them.
We
We
didn't.
learned that.
They're half human, half bird creatures.
All right, we got rid of the ones in the lighthouse. That was the job. Who gives a shit?
I'll go fly up to the others and say, "Hey, I got heartbeat eggs."
Yeah,
So,
except you can't get in right now because the nest is still on fire.
Yeah, there's
I
no
can't
way
fly
in.
around. Try to.
can I take an owl?
No,
You
they can't
can't.
get in because the nest is on
The
fire.
whole nest is on
Which-
fire.
All right, then I'm just gonna climb down the stairs.
Sophia, I meant to ask you earlier. Which way is this ledge facing? Is it facing towards like the stretch of road that leads up to the lighthouse, or is it facing towards the water?
It's facing towards the water.
Okay.
That's
That's the opening
How
where the
much
light
would
would
it
come
hurt
through.
to push the nest
Yeah.
off?
Could Addie just kick the nest off?
Yes. Yes, he could.
With his giganticness.
Would it hurt him? Probably.
If it wants to cast Gust.
Listen, Addie, if you want to just kick the nest off, I'll just have you like take a D4 of fire damage.
Oh, I'm not gonna kick it off. I'm smarter than that. Addie's gonna use his shield and push it off.
That's smart.
There you go. There, the nest is gone.
Noctum, I think they would actually make the fire bigger with the wind
Yeah.
that they would make with their wings. Then
Duncan's not. Duncan would
put
kick it.
out. Of course, Duncan would kick it.
So the nest is gone.
Ramara flew off. She was like, fuck this. And then she was like, went back to where they were.
Addie, are you jumping in the water?
Yeah, I'm going to long jump from the ledge into the water, cannonball style.
It's a giant swimming pool for Addie. Like, that's all it is.
Basically.
You're
Is he
jumping
gonna make a
off nest.
tsunami? Tsunami. Good lord. Tsunami.
Yeah.
Tsunami.
Tsunami.
Nananami.
Anemone. Alright, you guys finally finish up in the... I don't know why I moved this, as if you guys can just come with me. I have to move you individually. You guys finally make your way out of the lighthouse.
I better still be big. I
A
have
giant dragonborn just walking through
I
town.
have 3 hours and 50 minutes left of being big, and I'm going to exploit every minute of it.
You're gonna scare the whole town.
Yes.
I have to
They're gonna
wait
think God's
for
voice
this-
just walking through.
I have to wait for this thing to load because it hasn't loaded yet.
For the record, Sophia,
There's
can we
Duncan.
say can we say that Addie did grab one of the harpy heads to bring with him so that they had
Yes.
proof that the job was done.
Yes.
Behead her with his
Yeah.
collection.
I took one harpy feather.
But do you all remember where you're supposed to go?
Don't care.
Yes.
The real
I'm not in
question.
charge of that.
I know. I
Ins-
know where to go this
Hold on.
time.
Kyra has the freaking pamphlet with her.
Let's say I have a note somewhere,
He kept
but
it.
Kara
them.
does.
Yeah,
I have
Addie's,
all of them.
Addie's actually going to hand the head to Kyra and say, I believe you're the one handling the side jobs. Here's proof.
Here's proof.
Here's proof.
Thanks.
I love it.
Uncle will head another head to Addie, be like, "Here, I got you one in case you needed it."
It's the one that's partially melted.
Poison melted it.
Addie's just going to put it down on the street and curb stomp it.
Nice.
Uncle gives him like a
Aw.
thumbs up. Yeah.
I respect that.
Yo, I'll go
Okay,
over
I-
also.
Kyra will put the head in the bag of holding until she figures out what to do.
Well,
We're
let's
just
go
gonna have a
get this
three-head
thing over
family.
with. Who are we gonna
Yeah.
talk to about this?
Do you guys remember?
Nope.
Yeah.
Who's got the papers?
I have the
Honestly,
paper,
Kyra
but I
does.
did not write anything down. You
I
should
can-
know that I
but
don't.
you
About-
but you do have the paper, right?
I do.
Yeah, she does.
So
Alright,
Ramara's
so
just gonna go back to the tavern. I'm just gonna say that now. Ramara has no interest. The only reason she even went is because Gronlin asked her to. But she doesn't actually have interest in getting this money, so she's just gonna go back. She's just gonna turn back into a cat, be like, alright, that's the thing we did, and then go back to the tavern.
Oh, here it is. Let's see.
And Addie's going with.
Here it is. It says relight the fire in the lighthouse on the cliff's edge, eliminate
Oh,
the
did
nest
we-
of harpies,
Did we
Reward
relight
is
this fire?
7 gold, and speak
No,
to.
you didn't relight the fire.
I'm gonna relight this fire. I'm gonna go back.
Gronlin's gonna fly back
I'm
and
gonna
fix.
I can't even. Yeah, I'll hop on one of the owls. I'll
There you
fly
go.
back and relight the fire.
Okay.
Alright,
So I wanna
you
keep-
We
relight the
gotta
fire.
speak to Bylwin, the dwarf.
Bylin. Yeah, Bylin the dwarf, and the
Bylin the
ugly
dwarf.
badger in Lighthorn for information and reward.
Alright.
In this case, we're only doing it for reward.
Pretty much.
I was about to say, there's a guy we could have gone to for information.
Oops.
Yeah, there was. He was
I don't know. Kyra yelled the important thing is to not listen to the song, but half you,
Yeah,
After
already
we
that
took
is
off
half
running,
you took off before I could say anything, so.
Ramara,
So
would you
late.
like to ride back to the tavern on a 13-foot tall, 2,000-pound lizard?
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
She's gonna turn into a cat, and she's just gonna climb on your shoulder. Just ride your shoulder back to the tavern.
She can
How
straight
big
up
of a
be
cat?
She can straight up be a Maine Coon to ride on his shoulders. Alright.
I think my carrying
But
capacity
anyway.
is like 4,000 pounds right now.
Anyway, Kyra will take the head and the flyer and go to the ugly badger, I believe you called it, and
Is
talk
anybody,
to the dwarf.
Is anybody going with her?
I'll have Cloudy go with me.
I'll
will.
go. I'm
Tim
determined.
suggests he goes. She's gonna punch him. So
You know what? Go. Go right ahead.
I'll go.
I'll go.
Bronlin's going. Alright, so the 5 of you are going. Dunker, are you you going back to the tavern with your cow?
yeah, I gotta get back to the cow.
Gotta
I
go
gotta
get
get
the
the
cow.
apology to Ramara, and there's a discussion I gotta have with Addie, and so there's things that have to be done with this little group here.
a discussion.
I have no idea, but
Okay. I'm
We've
glad
been
you-
trying to talk for like 4 weeks.
Alright, so as you guys are heading off to go find the ugly badger, Addie, Duncan, and Ramara, I'm gonna give you guys some time to talk because poor Addie hasn't been able to talk. And then there was
Ramara's a cat,
silence.
so
Ramara's a cat, so it's really Addie and Duncan who would be talking.
Yeah, well,
and one is still a giant.
Duncan legit, because he knows Ramara's here now, because he hasn't been able to find Ramara in like 2 days, right? Like he's been clueless to this fact. He's like, "Hey, Ramara, I think we need to talk when you're ready to, and I know it might not be a good time, but we need to talk, and I got you a cow."
So
she's
Milk on
gonna look at you
demand.
like tilt at her head, like, what the what do you mean you got me a cow? She knew that you got a cow. She didn't know you got the cow for her.
Milk on
Very
demand.
confused.
Just
on demand.
We did it. We got milk on tap.
Duncan succeeded where you all failed.
Good thing I wasn't drinking soda at that point. I was just
So,
drinking
seeing
water.
that Ramara doesn't say anything and she kind of tilts her head, and she's not turning back, he's going to let her be. He knows not to push the buttons, right? You already pushed that button once and
Push the
booped it
button.
and got in trouble.
Booped it.
Are we still walking back to the tavern, or are we in the tavern
No,
at this point?
point you're like right outside the tavern because Addie can't go in right now.
It's too
It's
big.
too big.
Look outside.
Well,
Well,
Ramar's
Ramar's-
hungry, so she's gonna hop down from Addie, just like climb down his arm and then.
Oh
hop
no,
down
that's
the
a
ground.
that's a really steep descent. Let me just
Dexterity check for that.
Roll.
like, yeah, you're a cat, but I'm still 13 feet tall.
She's got
Addie,
feathers.
Addie is tall enough for you to straight up jump onto the roof.
Yeah, okay. So she's
Actually,
gonna.
scratch that. Addie's tall enough for you to step onto the roof.
All right. She's gonna jump onto the roof, and then she's gonna go inside by means of crawling down the roof or whatever.
I mean, there's windows.
Yeah, she's gonna go inside. And then she is going to go back to a corner somewhere, or back in a back hallway, turn back into her tabaxi form, and then walk up to the bar and order some fish and a glass of milk.
Okay, they're gonna charge you 2 silver pieces.
She gives them a gold. She doesn't feel like counting
Just-
out change!
Just constantly overpaying for everything.
They try to give you your change.
She's like, nah. She doesn't even, honestly, by the time they reach out to hand her change, she's like walked off already.
They just get an 8 silver piece tip for a 2 silver piece. Oh my gosh, Ramara is just tipping 400%.
That's how it works.
Goodness.
How you get
Alright,
good service.
Addie and Dunka.
And she's like, feed my cat if you ever see it.
Addie's just gonna sit down, cross-legged, outside the tavern.
You get some strange looks for sure.
Whatever.
He's a dragonborn. He's used to it.
The funny looks.
Guarantee you, no one's gonna start any funny business in this tavern today.
No,
Not with the
unless
giant
it's
dragon
Dunka.
sitting outside.
Just sitting outside with the cow
And Dunka.
and
Okay.
Dunka. What's poppin', Dunka?
Mara's just gonna, by the way, when she gets her food, she's just gonna sit at one of the tables and, like, eat calmly. She's just gonna, like,
She's not going to
Casually.
do shoveling
There's a way to
handfuls
eat
of hash
other than
into
calmly.
her.
well, yeah, she was, like, eating 2 platefuls of hash browns this morning, like, shoving her face. So, she's just casually eating her fish, like, with a knife and fork.
The fish is okay.
It's fine.
It was the same girl that made the hash browns this morning, but the fish isn't anything to brag about.
She's just
Not
waiting
like
for
the
her
hash-
friend to come back that gave her the free fish the night before.
Oh,
The night shift guy.
alright, Dunka and Addie. Let's hear your conversation.
Okay. So Duncan will kind of look up at Addie now. I wasn't expecting that. So you gonna live over there?
Are you okay?
I just read Melina's message. I love it.
Thanks.
Continue.
So Duncan's like, Mr. the Beheader, that was pretty cool what you did back there. Where you grew pretty big. How'd you do that?
I drank a potion, something left over from my mercenary days. And you can just call me Addie.
Okay, yeah, I like that. Like my name's not really Dunka, but people call me Dunka, so I'll just call you Addie. That makes it so much easier.
Your name's not Dunka?
No.
What?
What's your name?
Gotta look that up. Hold on.
I don't know what his name is either.
Yeah, we had this conversation. Let's
Yeah,
see.
I asked him like on the
This happened the first
ride.
time.
Yeah.
My actual name is Casper Funta.
Huh.
Right?
Nice to meet you, I suppose.
Nice to meet you, Eddie. And hey, the thing that you do where you kind of, well, I don't know how to put it. When I get angry, I get to attack a lot, but you get to attack a lot without being angry.
Mm.
Can you show me how to do that?
Mm. In theory, I could, but I've never been much of a teacher. I learned from my days working with the Ravens.
You worked with a bunch of birds?
No, it was just a mercenary outfit that went by the name Rough Ravens.
Oh. Kind of like we're looking for a name, but I can't do anything about that.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Well, I think if you start simple, you could show me. I'm not the smartest, but I know how to hit things pretty good.
To be honest, it seems like you really have the basics down. It's just a matter of taking that next step, you know?
Oh, I know how to take steps. Many steps.
Right.
Mama says I step all over the place.
If you were to dedicate your next,
Maybe 3 levels?
mm,
'Cause that's what I'm going to
The
do.
next.
I mean, you'd only need 2, technically, if you were to multi. If you were to dedicate your next, however long on this journey it takes us for me to have the free time to teach you how to do the things that I do, I think we could learn a good bit from each other, and you could do the things that I do.
Yeah, and I could show you how to get very angry.
Well, I may or may not have that one down already.
Oh, okay.
I appreciate
then-
it, though.
No problem, anytime. I like fighting with you.
The feeling is mutual. I trust you to have my back in just about any fight we come across.
Yeah. Hopefully it gets smaller soon, though, because that's a lot of ground to cover.
That is, yeah. I think I've only got about 3 hours left.
What a bromance.
And
Yeah,
Duncan
romance
nods like he
brewing over
understands.
here.
And that's it.
Oh my
At least
gosh.
for Dunka's side. Because
This
we're
is
not
just-
going to get... We got to talk about pets later, so we can bring up Dunka's first pet, but
Yeah, later.
now's not
later.
the time.
This just went from adventures in Lutoroan to Duncan and Addie's bromance. Teaching Duncan how
That
to
is
be
the
a
name of the
fighter.
episode. That is the
Hey,
name of the
man.
episode.
Everyone hates on the martial classes, and then the Bash Bros have the best RP in the episode, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's so sweet."
I am a martial class though.
Wait, I think.
Yeah,
I'm
but you're
martial
also being a fuckboy right now, so.
Oh, okay.
All
Thanks.
right.
That's fair.
Hold on, what's under martial class?
Anything that
You're a
uses
half caster, you
martial
don't count.
Yeah, if you know magic, you don't count.
weapons. If you know magic, you're not a martial class.
Fine.
Eldritch Knights don't count.
I'm not Eldritch Knight.
Your blood.
I'm a Blood Hunter. Yeah, with
But
a
you know
plus 8.
magic.
Yes, with a plus 8.
There you go. You can't be a martial class.
Yeah, Finn would technically count, but...
I use guns, so.
But he's a
eh.
fuckboy.
Guns.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cloudy, I
whatever.
consider to be a sneak class.
Sneak class.
Anyway, we're going to see some thing, right?
We're going to see an ugly badger or something.
Yeah.
You're going
An
to
ugly
the Ugly Badger to see Billin.
Call him Billy.
You can certainly try.
Billin. Oh, I said
Billin,
Bylin.
Bylin.
I don't
Yeah,
wanna
Bylin
fucking
sounds
talk
better,
to his
actually.
Thank you.
Billy.
Excuse me. Alright. So, Kyra, you make your way into the Ugly Badger. It's, interestingly decorated, to say the least.
Okay.
When you,
Does it
when you,
have badgers all over the place?
yes.
Ugly badgers, probably.
I knew it.
I was
Instead
gonna
of
say,
Gaston, who decorates his place with antlers, it's badgers.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was actually going to say to have you imagine it.
Got you. I know. I think like you.
Imagine the tavern that Gaston probably owns, honestly. And it's decorated with antlers. But in
awesome.
place of all the antlers, is badgers.
And please tell me they're singing the song.
No
one.
one.
Like it's done in the
Hold on, we can't do
No,
that. We
no.
can't do that.
No, we
Can't do
can
that.
only do- we
Don't.
can
We're
only do
so
5
small.
seconds, guys.
Disney will eat us alive. Stop that immediately.
Noctuum says those poor badgers. But, Kyra, it's not hard for you to pick out the essentially only dwarf at the moment. Good to know. Thank you, Ryson. It's good to know.
That's dwarfist.
Essentially, what is the only dwarf, rather, the only important looking dwarf in the tavern. You're easily able to spot Bylan behind the bar, pouring out drinks. They don't always look appealing. He just kind of mixes the most random of alcohols.
Whatever's in the bottle behind him.
Yeah, essentially. And the patrons are not high class at all. But Bylan looks like he is.
Okay, wait.
Bylan
He looks like he's
a
high
noble.
class? Oh.
He looks like he's a noble of some kind. But all of his patrons look like they probably grew up as urchins and just managed to make it as like really low class merchants. Maybe their jobs are like literally cleaning out stables and shoveling horse dung, and they don't look the cleanest. It's not the most appealing scent when you walk in.
It's Cloudy's people.
It's Cloudy's people. But yeah, you managed to spot Bylan.
Okay. Well, she'll walk straight up to him, put the flyer in front of him,
And the heart.
make sure he's Bylan, for one thing. She will ask, so are you Bylan?
He looks at you. He says, "Aye, little lady, that I am. What can I do for you?"
I've been like, who's
She'll
asking?
open
Not
her bag of
much.
holding, grab the harpy head by the hair, and plop it right on the bar in front of him and just say, we took care of the harpies. Can we have our reward, please?
He looks down at the harpy head. He looks up at you. Kind of looks around as like, was it just the 5 of you and the crow there?
And a couple more, but yeah, it was us.
Cloudy's hiding under the table again.
I was waiting for Gronlin to correct you. Cloudy's hiding under a table.
Yeah.
Okay, Cloudy's hiding.
He looks over at her. He says, what are you doing there, lassie? You ain't got no reason to be hiding in here. This is a fine establishment.
Oh, wait. New bar. Can I have
Yeah.
a glass of milk?
Do you really want to be hiding underneath these tables? The
don't
description
know.
that we got of this place. Do you really want to be?
Cloudy, you go to hide under a table and you like are immediately able to see spilled liquid of some kind. You hope it's alcohol.
She'll.
You hope it's something edible, but you're
I'm
not
by
sure.
the door. I'm not. I'm like, Yeah, I don't want to be here.
But yeah, Cairo will say, yep, it's us and a couple others that have decided not to join us, but yeah, us.
Well, he nods and he says, "Well, that's mighty kind of you. It's my cousin that runs the harbor, and obviously he can't let anybody in or out without the lighthouse being up. So we appreciate that." And he kind of reaches under the bar, pulls out a sack of gold, and just drops it on the counter. He says, "There you are, $7.50, as was posted in the flyer."
She'll take it,
Was
open it, and just look at it and try to count with her eyes mentally to see if it's correct. And
It
she'll be
looks
like,
to be more than 750 gold.
she'll just smirk and like, thank you, sir, and just take the gold and walk away.
It looks to be more like 1,000.
She will just take it and go. She will take it and go.
So as Cloudy gets up from the table, like gets out from under the table, she hits her head on it and then scurries out.
Cloudy,
One-
as you're walking out, Gronlin, you're able to see that her hair is now sticky.
Ew.
Very sticky.
Ew.
Gross.
Ooh.
I wonder if I even should get a drink from here.
Like matted. Just from one hit, it's all matted and sticky and really gross.
Ooh.
Ira's already out of the bar now. She has the gold in her hand. Whoever follows is gonna get a piece of the gold. So
Yeah. Let's
Yeah,
go.
no follow.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a piece of a gold piece.
like she's gonna literally try to break it off from a piece of gold and just start handing like grains of rice. Here you go.
All right. By the time you finish all of this, it's probably about lunchtime. And you're seeing like all kinds of stalls and stuff being set out. As this, I believe, is the last day of the spring festivals. Let me just pull up my calendar real quick.
Oh, we
What is
fought the
this?
harpies at noon.
I said lunchtime. I didn't say it was noon.
Ah,
Lunchtime
said
can be whatever time you want.
It's the 8th of Stropus, correct?
it's like second breakfast is.
Exactly.
Exactly. If,
Yes,
if
the
my
8th of
calendar
Stropus.
could load. Yeah, I'm pretty sure then that's the last day of the spring festivals. So, oddly, you haven't seen a whole lot going on out here. It looks like the only big empty space that looks like it's probably actually designated for the spring festivals was around the lighthouse. So you're seeing a bunch of people are trying to like set up like carnival, almost essentially carnival rides and like food stalls and stuff for the very last day of the festival time, and they're trying to set it up around the lighthouse now that they see that the fire is lit again. But those of you who have ever been to the spring festivals, which if you ever lived in any big city at any point in time, you probably would have, you would know that the spring festival is usually one of the most exciting times of the year because it's bringing in the new like sowing of seeds, and people are going to be able to start growing their crops and stuff again. But they finally my calendar loads. Goodness gracious. um, yeah, so you know that this is when people are getting ready to start sowing their crops, but for the first week they don't do any work. I think is what I said. Let me double check. I can't pull up the information because the internet doesn't like me.
Well, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't plant any crops for the first week because they're celebrating making it through the winter without like those
Dying.
people that yeah, they made it through winter. So they're praising Mideli, they're praising even the goddess of death and like thanking her for not taking them. And they're praising the goddess of life obviously for allowing them to make it through winter.
Allowing them to live.
And this is when most births are occurring as well. So they are also praising Ravana, who is the goddess of childbirth and motherhood, for allowing them to bring their children into the world without having any issues.
Complications. Well, all those people cooped up during the winter, they had to do something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, it's not from being cooped up during the winter. It's
I choose to
mainly
believe
from the heat of summer.
Hey, there was a lot of things in heat. There are a lot of things in heat.
Boy, do I know that feeling.
Wait, I'll just go ask. Are they selling any kind of like accessories or stuff related to the festival?
They're selling like flower crowns and flower necklaces and um, just a bunch of stuff made of flowers. You can find like the crowns, the necklaces, bracelets. Some earrings also have like bejeweled flower, like plastic flowers on them. Um, Lots of things centered around flowers, and then they're selling seeds, fertilizer, different things that you're going to need to actually go and plant crops.
So Cloudy's gonna look for like the greedy looking nobles and try
You have no
to
problem finding them.
okay, so she's gonna try to like rob some people.
Oh, okay then.
Okay.
While that happening, I'll actually go buy like a flower bracelet, maybe.
Flower bracelet.
Yeah.
I know exactly why you're buying it.
Not gonna work.
I think
No.
everybody
I know it's not gonna
you
work, but I
are
gotta try.
so out of your league.
Yeah,
I bought
so
a cow and it's not working.
Hire cow. All right, so you're
I'd
going to buy
hire
a
a
flower
cow, man.
bracelet.
Yeah.
You're Cloudy, go ahead and make me A, a stealth check, and B, a sleight of hand check.
I wonder if I
Oh,
can see
these are-
Cloudy doing this.
If you want to make me a perception check, have at it.
Yes, I would. I just
Um,
wanna.
But for the flower bracelet, they're going to charge you 2 copper pieces. It's not difficult to make.
Like a shadow.
You know what? I'll take a bracelet and a necklace then, if they're both gonna be like 2 coppers.
Yeah, they're charging 5 coppers in total for that.
Fine.
The
Alright,
necklace is 3, the bracelet's 2. Yeah, and you don't see Cloudy because I don't think you have a plus 10% perception, so you can't possibly see her.
She just like
She's just
she's
gone.
gone.
Like you're pretty sure that at some point she learned magic and is now able to cast invisibility on herself.
It's just a shadow.
Cloudy, your sleight of hand check, please.
Yeah, can I make that advantage with that
Sure,
20?
because you're very hidden.
There you go.
Well, natural 18. I don't know what I'm supposed to. How am I supposed to say no to this? Like,
she's used to robbing from nobles, so you know.
goodness gracious. Okay, you're robbing specifically from nobles.
Yeah.
You get 245 gold pieces.
Okay, so
You
she's
straight up
gonna
managed to pickpocket an entire coin purse off of one noble.
Sweet. She's going to look for some like the street urchins.
Look for some
Yeah.
homeless kids.
Yeah, you find plenty of homeless children. Yes.
So she's going to start like distributing gold to them.
Are you distributing all of the gold that you pickpocket?
Yeah.
Aww.
Aww.
My heart.
I like Cloudy now.
Because even just 1 gold piece per urchin is a lot of money for them. That's like a week's worth of food.
Yeah.
How many gold pieces are you giving to each urchin that you find?
Trying to find 245 urchins.
1
So-
piece each.
She's probably going to want to like, oh man, because she also wants to kind of allow them shelter and stuff too, if they can't afford that. But at the same time,
Just go buy an orphanage real quick. Just go buy a building. Anna did it already.
Remember when Duncan was
Yeah.
nice to Cloudy a long time ago before anyone talked to
You said there's a festival going on, right?
Yes.
yeah.
All right, I found a festival ambience.
So she's going to, I guess she's going to give like 10 gold pieces to each one that she can find, I guess.
To each one she finds.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's easily 24 children that you're able to help feed and house and clothe for probably the next 2 weeks almost.
Good work, Cloudy. You have single-handedly shifted the poverty line in this city.
Karma points.
The guards that are around look at you kind of weird and they're like, why is this girl just giving gold to these urchins? They don't stop you.
Right. If they try to.
You see that a lot of the children that you give it to, they immediately take off running, and if you were to follow them, you would see they're literally bringing the gold back to like their siblings that they have to look after.
Well, I guess one of the lucky ones will get like an extra 5, but you know.
The one that has
One
like
of the
6
lucky ones.
The one that has like 6 siblings to look after gets 5 extra gold pieces.
Yeah.
It's like him and his 6 younger sisters.
How do you determine if they're lucky enough?
They all learn stealing is
They
good.
draw a lottery.
Well, so okay, so she like actually, she grew up around like,
Yeah, you
street
grew.
urchins.
Well, for your first 10 years, you were probably still in the palace, but
Yeah, first 10 years, like yeah, but for the other 6 years, she's
growing up around urchins and stuff. So
yeah.
that's sweet. My heart just got warmed. All right, so while Cloudy's doing this, let's see, Gronlin, what are you doing right now?
Come back
Finn's
to me.
going okay. Finn's
Come
going
back to me.
shopping. Cloudy is stealing money and giving it from the rich and giving it to the poor. Cloudy is the literal Robin Hood.
Fucking Robin Hood over here.
Nocturne, what are you doing?
perhaps some shopping as well.
Some shopping as well. Are you looking for anything in particular?
Uh,
He's got a shopping list he just sent me. Let's see. If Discord decides that it wants to load. There we go. A bag of plant seeds, a ball of yarn. What kind of seeds are you looking for?
any type of seed of any type.
Just any type? Okay. Stack of parchment, a bottle of ink, an ink pen, a blanket, a stack of hay, and 10 rations. Okay. Okay. What did I say at the beginning that rations cost, guys?
$2.
I think it. Well, maybe there was inflation because of the.
Yeah. Well,
Goodness, I want to. Was it a gold per ration? when
I
you
think
guys
it was a
went shopping?
gold. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So 10 rations is 10 gold on its own. A stack of hay. I don't know why it's saying a stack of hay. They're gonna charge you 5 silver for a stack of hay, 5 silver for the blanket, so that's 11 gold in total. The bottle of ink and the quill are sold as one thing, so that's another 5 silver pieces. A stack of parchment, a ball of yarn. Okay, so in total it's gonna cost you like 12 gold.
Thank you.
And then a lead-lined box. Large enough to contain the 3 hag heads. Well, hag heads are big, so I don't think you're gonna find a lead box that's big enough to hold all 3 of them. You can probably get 3 individual boxes that are big enough to hold 1. And for each of those boxes, it'd probably cost you about 5 gold.
Thank you.
Cool. Kyra, what are you doing?
She is not there.
Oh, that's right. She went to the restroom. Gronlin, what are you doing?
All right. So I thought about it, and I was wondering if there was a place I can get. There is one place that I know of that I could get my armor enchanted.
There is, yes.
So I might go there because a 14 AC is nice, but maybe we could do
Well,
better.
15 would be nicer.
15 would be nicer. So I will go see my lovely tiefling friend who knows my name, but I don't know her name. But I know what she is.
Like the
you, though?
Cheers theme song.
You know that she has the ability to enchant, but you don't know what she is.
Well, no, I know. I have some information about her. I don't
What
have
is
a
this
lot.
information you have about her? Just out of curiosity.
I like how I remember things from our conversation, but you don't.
It's not my job.
That's true. It's not.
My job is to tell the story.
Your job is to tell the story. That she is a powerful wizard.
There you go. I didn't know that I had told you that, so cool.
Yes.
So, you're gonna go talk to her.
Talk to her.
She's in her shop, as usual. You're not sure she ever actually leaves. Like,
Can I just like see if there's like a cot in the back? Like, just like, is there any way I can spot like there's a cot in the back? Like, I bet you there is. It's probably just a cot in the back.
no, you don't see a cot, but you do see a set of stairs. Like, you glance through a doorway that's usually closed in the back, but it's just been left slightly ajar.
And the stairs. Oh,
You
so
see
she
stairs.
lives here. Cool. Is there like a little thing? Is she there?
Yeah,
Or
she's
she-
there. She's
Okay.
enchanting probably like a sword or a hammer or something like that. If I could pull up her character sheet, that would be fantastic.
Okay. Is there a way I can discern her name?
You could
Do I
ask
have-
her her name.
I did last time, but she didn't tell me.
What
Alright.
do you want to try to do to figure out what her name is?
That's an excellent question. I don't know. I don't have anything that could possibly give me insight into this.
No, you don't.
I don't. Oh my god. No, wouldn't. I don't have any charges for this. I used up
For
all my
what?
charges. Nothing.
Okay.
All right. Oh god. Now it's all on me to do roleplay. Shit.
Yeah.
All right.
It's also
I-
on me to remember what her accent was, and I don't remember what it was.
That's the one thing I like about our campaign. Our NPCs, accents change from session to session.
Every time.
You never know who they are.
You guys are gonna go back to
Disguise.
talk to Bylan one day, and he's not gonna be whatever he just was.
Nope, he's not.
Even though they completely different.
Y'all are gonna go back to talk to Bylan in 20 minutes, and he's not gonna be what he just was.
Good.
Weren't you a guy the first time we saw you?
All right. So I will go up to her and be like, "Hello, my tiefling friend."
Ah, welcome back. It's been not very long. What can I do for you?
No, it has not. Two things. First, will you ever tell me your name?
No.
Try again next time.
Not on purpose, anyway.
You
Not
tried. Can't fault you for trying.
Yeah.
No, you can't fault me for trying.
Will
All right.
ever tell me your name? No. Oh.
Okay. Next. I understand you told me to keep the ring of protection. I was wondering if you could give me something else to possibly protect me even more.
Oh, what? Would you like a cloak as well?
Yes. Fancy cloak. Will do. Love.
Is a cloak of protection.
But I have to be attuned to it. Fuck.
She looks you up and down and she's like, well, the cloak of protection that I can offer you, it is normally 4,000 gold. However, you have provided me with a lot of business lately, so I will only charge you 3,000.
Come on, we're friends. You can't go any lower.
You want me to go even lower than that 25% discount?
Oh yeah, that's
Not
true.
what her accent was supposed to be. She sounds like a Dara now.
Yeah. 3,000. It's a little steep. I can't even wear it because I can't be attuned to it. I have to.
What else are you attuned to?
I have the ring of protection. I have the amulet of thing, and I have my dagger. Honestly, I don't even. Well, the dagger, I'm attuned to it because I can do stuff with it.
I don't even have a single magic item that you attune to yet.
All of his items are magic items.
All my items are magic. How about? Oh no, I was supposed to give this dagger to Cloudy. Okay, give up that dagger. Oh fuck. What can I give up? Can I give you something and you enchant it for me instead of buying something?
Well, yes, that would be a bit cheaper. What is it that you were looking for me to enchant, and with what enchantment?
How about my my armor, my studded leather armor,
My entire armor.
my entire armor set.
Goodness, you have leather armor?
I have studded leather.
Studded leather. I can't look anything up right now because my internet is not working with me.
Yeah.
Is there any kind of? This is me asking you because I straight up can't look it up right now.
Okay.
Is there any kind of studded leather armor that doesn't require attunement?
Let's find out.
I think it's probably just like +1 or +2 armor. Or something
Probably. Studded leather. Find out. Is there?
Oh yeah, no, there's a
Yeah,
bunch
there's a
of there's
plus
a bunch of
one.
crazy studded stuff.
But does it not require attunement? Is the question.
There's
I
the
couldn't
studded
tell
leather
you
of
that.
many studs
Many
that's just
st-
draped
what?
in guys.
What?
Living
That
armor.
sounds like something Kit would wear.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Yeah, no, a
Um,
few of these require attunement. Not all of them, but a couple of them do.
If she, what about like the +1, +2, +3 kind of stuff? Does that require attunement?
Yeah, that does. Well, hold on.
No, it doesn't.
No, because my +2 X doesn't.
Yeah.
Cool. She kind of looks over your armor as it's still on you, so it looks like she's checking you out, but she's not.
If she wants to check me out, she can. That's fine.
She's not interested in humans.
It's actually your mom.
I'm not human.
Not interested
Not-
in fallen ASMR.
Not fully human.
No, you're not. She kind of looks you up and down. And she steps out from behind the counter and comes to look at the armor. She says, "Yes, yes, I can. Give me 1 hour, and I will need 1,000 gold for it. It's going to take a lot of magical energy from me."
Well, you are a very powerful wizard, so I believe you can do this.
Wait a second. She's doing his in 1 hour?
Anna, she's a
Level
level
21.
20 wizard.
She's pretty badass, I
Yeah,
guess.
but she's
Level
doing
20
my
wizard.
thing in 3 days. That's
What did you ask her to do?
to make a mirror that she can use
Oh.
to scry somebody with? She's
Scrying
literally
is-
just enchanting
Anna.
a mirror
She must
She's
not like you a
enchanting
lot.
mirror
with the
a
scry
thing
spell.
that she has to like find she has to find the specific person. With this, she literally just has to add on like extra protection spell.
She's just
That's
enchanting a
because
device to do a specific spell. It's not.
my charisma is +4.
Listen.
Hey.
Hey.
Mage armor is like a level 2 spell. Scrying, I don't know, is like a level 4 or something like that. Let me check. If I could pull up her character sheet, then I could easily see. But
Internet.
yeah, but
Yeah.
internet. Nah, scrying is
I-
a 5th level spell.
I keep meaning to ask, did we ever divvy up those rings? Did that ever happen?
Yes.
Or did I
Yeah.
hallucinate that?
No, we got that
We
last
did.
game.
Yeah.
All
Oh,
right.
yeah, that's right. I
Anna.
could joke.
Anna, think about it like this. Mage armor is a 1st level spell. Scrying is a 5th level spell. And she doesn't know the person. She's going based entirely off of this item that you received. So that's why it's taking her extra time.
I thought it was my +4 to charisma, but
No.
okay.
No, we all know it's your +4
She
to
doesn't care about
charisma.
that.
Yeah, she doesn't care about that. That's all right.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
But it's gonna cost you 1,000 gold.
Okay. I just want to be harder to hit.
All
I'm a
right.
squishy boy.
Are you staying in the shop for it to happen, or are you like gonna go walk around, or what's going on?
What else do I have to do? Sure, I'll hang out for an hour. Maybe she'll finally tell me her name.
She doesn't.
She doesn't?
Listen, even if she wanted to, I can't pull up her character sheet right now, so I don't know what her name is.
Can you just tell me she tells me her name? Like,
No.
you can just tell me later?
Nope, she likes to be mysterious.
It's your internet. Your internet hates us.
Your internet likes to be
Listen,
mysterious.
just
Yes.
glad that my internet hasn't dropped this call yet.
Ah, yes, the level 20 tiefling wizard Verizon Comcast Time Warner.
The most deadliest chaotic evil.
Okay. Yeah,
So-
I'll hang out for an hour. I ain't got nothing to do.
Cool.
We'll
Once you're
chat
done-
it up.
Yeah, she doesn't talk to you. She's entirely focused on enchanting this
Well,
thing.
she's not gonna talk. Well, yeah, you know what? I'll just look around the shop.
Okay.
Let's see whatever else is there.
There's a lot of stuff. Like a lot.
What else am I gonna do?
And then when she finally finishes your armor, you're able to don it, and it's +2 studded leather armor.
Yes,
Make sure you take off 1,000 gold from your inventory.
I just did.
Cool. All right, Finn, we're finally making our way back to. Wait, no, it's Kyra's turn. Kyra, are you back?
Yeah.
I'm here.
Kyra, what are you doing?
All right. Well, she saw Finn go off, so she doesn't care. And
Aw.
She's gonna actually go sell things that she has collected since she was with them. She's got all kinds of weapons she picked up that she doesn't use, so she's gonna see if she can get some gold off of that stuff.
All right, just give me
She's
a
got
list of what you
she's
want
got a list.
If she doesn't care, why did she mention it?
To let y'all know she doesn't care.
Kyra didn't mention it. Melina mentioned it.
Exactly.
All right, so send me that list of what you wanna do.
And then after she's going to get to the library and continue her studies, and she's gonna take out the eggs so they don't die out of her bag.
The 3 eggs that she's just carrying
She's
around.
just gonna set them on the table that she likes to like go to since she's been at this library so long now. Her usual
It's
table.
literally been like 3 days.
She's been at it. She's been in that library a long time though. Like each day, it's been hours upon hours.
It's fair. You guys are set to leave come noon tomorrow, I believe is what I said, yes?
Mhm.
Or is it noon on the 10th? Let's see. When did you get to the city?
2 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
two-
2
Yeah.
days.
So you got there on the 6th, so yeah. Tomorrow, the 9th of Stropus, you are set to board the ship. And at 9 a.m., Anna's gonna go finish her business deal. Alright, so Kyra makes her way to the library after selling a bunch of stuff. Let's see what the stuff is. 2
I
daggers,
thought there was
scimitar,
more.
2 sickles, and studded leather armor.
They give Cloudy my
let's
+1/+2 dagger I have. I don't need it.
How much is studded leather armor? Let's see. Okay. So 20. So they're gonna give you about 35 gold for all of that. Kyra.
Okay.
Okay.
I was looking to see. I was like, I thought I had more stuff, but no, I don't. Okay, 35 gold. I mean, it's used and all that stuff, so she's like, okay, that's
Yeah.
pretty much good for me.
Before we get to Finn's drama, Addie, Dunka, and Ramara, are you gonna do anything at all? Addie is still
Dunka's
massive.
waiting for Ramara to come talk to him.
Ramara's
She's
not
there
gonna come
with the
outside.
cow.
She's inside eating right now, by herself at a table. She's just chilling, eating.
No worries, he said his piece. He's got a cow for you. He's just chilling.
She's not gonna come talk to you. You're gonna have to come inside and talk to her if you want to talk to her. She's not going.
Okay, we could roleplay that. That's gonna be baller if you're opening up that thing.
Alright.
Addie's just staying outside, taking a short rest, attuning to his shiny new ring because he hadn't had a chance to do that yet.
Yes.
Currently
Dun-
massive, shiny new
I'll say
ring.
do Finn, but we could have Dunka walk into a bar with a cow.
I want to see that.
Alright, Finn.
Yes.
You, as you're finishing up your purchases, you're able to spot Kyra as she's heading for the library. What would you like to do?
Yes, I am going to go and catch up with Kyra. I know this is gonna fail terribly, but
I want to
just
see
as-
you get punched.
yeah, just as stubborn as Kyra is, Finn is equally as stubborn.
Hold on. You guys see those videos on Facebook where the cars are like so close to crashing into each other and you think it's gonna happen?
But
This has happened. It's like so close. You think that they're gonna crash, but then they pause it right at the last second.
And that's where we're gonna end tonight.
That's right.
We have 15 minutes left. Well, no, it's like 30
we
minutes
got like,
left. 'cause-
Yeah, I was about to say, we got 30.
Yeah.
Alright, Kyra. What's your
Kyra,
reaction as Finn comes running up?
wait up.
He says
She's
so.
going to completely ignore him, not listen to him at all. She's just going to continue her studying.
This
Come
is
on,
before
Kyra.
you get to the library. This is like you're walking to the library.
Oh, okay. You didn't say that.
In
She's
the
keep
time that-
walking. She's not
Can
talking
you
to
please
him.
at least talk to me for a little bit?
She picks up her pace.
I will follow and match her pace.
Kyra, are
I'm-
you attuned to the shoes?
I am. Oh, yeah, thanks. She's going to fly off. Bye.
Oh, I will track you down. I'm a bounty hunter. This is my job.
It's her job too. She can definitely outwit you.
We'll see about that. I will follow her as far as I can.
I'm flying.
Pyro,
Bye. I'm out.
please.
You just see her as she disappears into the clouds.
That's great. I love these shoes.
There goes
I'm not gonna
my
give up.
Kyra.
This campaign has been nothing but drama between people.
Yeah, it's my
Except for
favorite.
Cloudy.
I
Cloudy
don't
hasn't
have
had
to do
any
anything.
drama.
You know what? I'm gonna do the biggest thing. What's the highest point here in the city?
Just
The
shoot yourself so she
lighthouse.
dies.
That's in the vicinity of the area that I can climb to.
Maybe the church, which is like 50 feet tall.
I will
You said I'm
climb
in the
that thing.
clouds. You said I'm in the clouds. He can't
Yes.
see me from there.
You
Oh,
can.
but
Next
you're
to the
gonna have to
lighthouse.
come down eventually, and I'm gonna keep watch.
You're gonna sit there
Yes,
forever.
I'm going to sit there and watch until you come down to see where you go.
You do have to come down eventually. The shoes do have a limit on how long you can fly for.
Finn is extremely stubborn about this.
I'm telling you, man, it didn't work with Dunka. Waiting is not the right game to play.
Exactly, which is why I'm gonna hunt her down.
Well, while you're waiting, let's see. Who do I want to pick on today?
I mean, the Finn is always an option.
Calamity's not here.
Everybody's
Are you
punching
in your
back.
humanoid form right now?
Yeah.
Is there any race that she's not attracted to?
I mean, anything besides Tabaxi, she'd be like, what?
You can't
why?
just ask a
Like-
character if they're racist, Sophia.
Character. She's asking the player.
She's not racist, but she's like romantically attracted. She wouldn't be romantically attracted to any race but like a Tabaxi or maybe a Leonin, but they'd have to be very convincing. Cause like she's a
Super
cat.
convincing.
She's like, dude, what are you doing? I'm not gonna be with a human. Like, you know, like she's like, why? Why are you?
You heard it here first. Ramara said
She's-
furries deserve death.
No.
And it's recorded. It's canon now.
It's canon.
Everyone deserves a little bit of tail, I thought.
Alright, so, dear gods, okay. Addie and Dunka, you're the first to see this, because as she's walking into the tavern from the entrance, you're the first to see a rather, like, large group of Tabaxi making their way into the tavern.
Block him with the cow.
You can actually block them.
Hey guys, look, we have milk on tap.
Hey.
Everyone, come on over.
They're not interested in anything you have to say.
I'm just gonna very visibly stare at them as they enter.
They're a little uncomfortable with Addie staring at them.
And they turn away.
Wizard.
But they keep walking. And they make their way inside. And Ramara, for the first time in about a month, because it's been about 5 weeks at this point. Because it's been a week and a month since you last saw your airship. First time in about 5 weeks, this is the first time that you've seen such a large group of Tabaxi together at any one time. And you are you paying any attention to them at all?
No.
No?
She's eating her fish.
Okay. So they go and they order their food. And then they make their way to the remaining tables. There's probably close to a dozen of them trying to crowd around the last remaining table. Like, nobody has tried to sit with you. So you just got this whole massive table to yourself. There's one table left, and they're like designed to fit like 6 to 7 people.
How many fucking Tabaxi are in this group?
A dozen.
Oh shit.
She knows what I'm doing.
I do, yeah.
Everybody gets a love interest.
Welcome to this episode's speed dating.
Yes.
And then Dunka walks in with the cow.
It's like a comedy.
This really is the setup for a god awful joke, isn't it?
Bad sitcom.
It is. It is.
12 tabaxi, a half orc, and a cow walk into a bar.
That's
And the
good.
bartender says,
So they're trying to crowd around this one table. And finally, one of the females is just like, all right, you know what? Let's just be civil for once. She says this to her group of friends as they're all trying to share the 8 chairs that are around this table, and she approaches you. And she's a very pretty tabaxi. I don't know how to describe her because I don't know how to describe cats.
She's a fucking cat.
You've committed to making a tabaxi love interest for Ramara. You are going to describe a sexy tabaxi on stream, and you're going to like it.
I didn't say sexy, I said pretty.
Start with furry.
Yeah, you have to start with furry.
Let me just look up a picture of a tabaxi real quick.
it's an orange tabby
Gonna find
cat.
The orange tabby cat.
It's like Garfield, but if Garfield was female and
It's
sexy.
like Garfield.
Sexy female
God.
Garfield.
Oh boy.
Oh, you know for sure there's art of that.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
you've opened this can of worms. You can't
Oh.
put the worms back.
I'm googling that now.
Alright, I found the picture. I found a picture of Grumpy Cat, but as a rogue. Perfect.
No.
No, but that's not the picture that I'm using. In fact, can I just like post this image in the Roll20?
I don't
So
think
we
you
can
can
all
post
see?
images, but
You can
Would-
share images though.
I would love to see.
This is what I'm going with. Let me just make an NPC thing real quick.
Lord.
I muted myself. Handout. I got this. She says I hate you. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun.
Google is great.
It's fantastic. Google is amazing. Save, and this is what you see.
Okay. Beauty? Whoa. Hello.
She approaches you, and she's what? Oh my gosh! No, Nolena. She approaches you and she says, hi. My name is Summer. Short for obvious reasons, but they're not important at the moment. We're just wondering if we can borrow some of the chairs here, unless you have your friends coming to join you or something. We're a rather large group, and my friends are a bit rowdy, especially if we have to share.
Ramara just kind of looks up from her fish, like, raising an eyebrow, like, that is fine, I suppose. I'm not using them.
She kind of like she reaches as if to grab the chairs and then thinks for a moment, is like, would you like to join us? It's sometimes not as fun to eat alone.
I quite enjoy my solitude.
Of course. She doesn't push the matter. In fact, she just grabs the chairs and drags them back to her friends.
And then Dunka walks in.
Then Duncan
She's
comes
like,
in with a
"Fuck."
cow.
When does Dunka walk in?
Whatever is the best for the role playing.
Whenever is
Right
the
now.
most
I feel like
appropriately
Dunka
Before
with the
this
cow,
cat
yeah?
even walks away from the table.
yeah, like as she's like asking Ramara if she wants to join them. That would be perfect.
Sounds like a good spot to end the episode.
So, does Duncan walk in?
Oh yeah, hell yeah, he does.
Does this change Ramara's answer?
He's been trying to get Ramara to
She's
talk
like-
for like 2 days now.
No, she's still going to say, I quite enjoy my solitude. And then
And
she
Duncan
looks
walks
up
in.
and she just and she does. She puts a paw like up to her face like, my God.
Oh my god.
Just don't see me. Don't see me.
And in her head.
Duncan sees you.
You said we needed to talk, Rim. I see you're not a kitty anymore.
And
Summer is
she's just gonna look at you like,
Summer's confused. Like, is he talking to you?
unfortunately, yes, he is talking to me.
She kind of
Duncan,
leans.
why
she
have
leans,
you brought the cow into the tavern?
You never came out of the tavern to talk, so I
That's
thought we
because
would
I have
come
no
in.
interest in speaking to you.
Oh my gosh.
But we're a team. We're Team Rim. Oh wait, we're a team, and we need to work together. So we need to talk about what happened, because I feel like you're mad at me.
Really?
Summer's just standing here really awkwardly, like, what's going on?
What
Yeah.
gave you that impression?
Well, we used to sitting next to each other on the car, and you didn't want to do that anymore, and you haven't talked to me.
Danka, let's be
And-
quite clear. I
and-
never wanted to sit next to you on the cart or anywhere else.
But we're friends. We talked about all those stories, or I talked a lot and you listened. But I got you this cow to say I'm sorry, so you could ride on the cow when you're a little kitty by yourself,
Do
or
you even
have all the
know?
milk you need.
Do you even know why it is that I am upset with you?
No. No, he doesn't.
She does not.
Blink.
Stares at you.
Blink.
A Dunka stare.
I've been thinking a lot on all that, and
No.
no, no.
She rolls her eyes.
This conversation needed to happen.
That is
Yes.
exactly what I expected.
He's so genuine. How can you be mad at this face?
How
I
could
know.
you,
How
how
could
could
you
you
be mad?
in any way provide a genuine apology if you do not know what it is that I am upset with you for?
Summer
'Cause
starts
I
inching back
care
her
about
friends,
you.
bringing the chairs with her.
Because I care about you as a friend. And when there's something wrong, Mama always said you tried to present a gift to fix things. And that's what I'm doing, so we could talk and smooth it over. I assume it's my fault, because you haven't done anything wrong to me. And I've been by you and protected you. And loved you.
You're making it real hard. You're making it real hard for Ramara to hate you right now. Jesus.
Oh,
Is the
man.
Look,
plan to make it
Can I
real
get
hard for her?
inspiration in your campaign for this?
Donka is best
You're
boy.
not even in my campaign.
You better look him in the eye and tell him that did not affect you. You can look him in the eye and tell him that didn't affect you.
With a
Okay,
straight
Ramara
face.
has no emotions. Anna wants to cry right now. Okay. Ramara's so annoyed still.
She's so annoyed, but how can she be?
She's just sighing. Yeah, honestly, she's probably just still eating her food, like, unfazed. She's just like, why are you still talking? But Anna really wants this to be better. Dunka, you must remove the cow from the tavern. I can't even think right now with the cow staring at me.
Why?
Okay, but remember, it's your cow. I trained it well. It'll listen to you and it'll do what you want.
What
Milk
need
on
do I
tap.
have for a cow? That is just another mouth to feed. They
Milk on
are
tap.
not very clean animals.
Well, I'll take care of it for you as long as I'm around and you want me here.
It's milk on tap. It's,
It's
milk,
milk
on
all
tap.
the time for you, and I know how much you like milk, Ramara. I mean, you drink it all the time. And then I know sometimes you like to be on your own when you're a little kitty, and you could ride on it, and it'll still be on the cart. And this way, we could all be happy together as a team.
My heart. My heart can't take it.
And it's just dying.
All right, look, even in character, Ramara's got to accept he's thought this out very logically.
He's laying it on thick
He's
too.
doing his best.
Oh. He broke Anna.
Anna is broken.
She is.
I won D&D.
Dog, she's real life
You
crying.
won D&D.
The tears are real. She's real life breaking down behind me right now.
Really?
Hey!
Bodhi's like something is wrong. It's okay, Bodhi. It's okay.
Yeah, I was just petting the dog while this was happening, and then Anna started real life tears coming down her face, crying. And the dog
That's
left me,
great.
sensing something was wrong.
I feel like I'm back in
Ow.
the movie theater with her right now.
Ramara is going to stare at Dunka for a long, long time. Like an awkwardly long time. Then she's going to sigh. She's going to say, Dunka, I will
Yes?
explain to you at a later time what it is that made me upset with you. But for now, I cannot rightfully stay mad at you. Simply because you are not smart enough to realize why it is I am mad at you in the first place. I realize now that I cannot hold your lack of intelligence against you in this instance. However, I will state that in the future, if I tell you not to do something and you do it anyway, I will kill you.
Oh my
Straight
God.
up dead.
Duncan looks back and goes,
Is that simple
Well-
enough for you to understand?
I fear that. I understand that. But I reserve the right to go against that.
No, he's not
And
fucking.
why is
Reserved?
that?
Reserve the right.
Does he know
Well-
the word reserve?
What if there's a situation when you're about to die and you're like, Duncan, don't save me. I'm gonna save you. You're the boss. I'm gonna help. Like, you're my friend. I'm gonna help you, Ramara. I can't say I'm never going to help you
Dunka,
or do something
if
like that.
in any situation I am telling you not to do something, even if it will cost my own life, it is probably because that is the best solution for everyone else. I am more than capable of protecting myself in most situations. If, for some reason, I require your assistance, I will ask it of you.
Well, you hired us to help you find your airship and
That
protect
is
you.
all I hired you for. I did not require protection in any way when I hired you. It was not part of the stipulations of our contract. All I need help with is finding my airship. If you can make that your first priority, my safety I will handle on my own. Do not worry about it.
Okay. Well, you have my eyes then, I guess. I will use them for you.
Good.
Breaking the poor guy's heart.
Very well. Yes.
What do you want me to do with your cow?
I have already told you, Duncan. Cows do not belong in taverns. Take it outside.
Duncan takes the cow outside.
Ramara, you were there. We already booked passage for the cow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That cow's coming with us.
Cow's coming.
The cow's
All the
coming.
One way or another.
Hold on. Kyra and Duncan, do they even know that we have passage on this boat yet?
No.
Duncan has no clue.
Nope.
Oh, no, they don't.
Nope.
Don't worry, we'll tell
Well,
them.
yeah, I'll tell them.
Yeah, that's
If I
not
can.
happening. You know
And
that.
so I'm going to make it happen one way.
Actually, I'm going to say, as Duncan takes the cow outside, Ramara is going to use the bracelet, contact everyone. She's going to say, I wish to have all of you in the tavern this evening for a meeting in regards to what will happen over the next few days and where we are going. If all of you could, what time is it?
It's like lunchtime.
Okay. If all of you could be back in the tavern by sundown, I wish to have the meeting then. Please acknowledge that I have spoken this. I do not like speaking to thin air.
Well, you're talking in your
Bar,
mind,
he
so
goes,
you're not
Right.
like
Rim,
talking
I'm in the
yourself.
bar with
Right, but
you.
she's like,
I'm here.
I'm like
So
hearing
close.
him yelling
Out
at
from
his
outside,
wrist from
yes.
outside,
The
yeah.
cow.
I
So
should
Okay.
be small by
But
sundown.
everybody
It'll be
probably
alright.
acknowledges you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
You know it's-
Ramara, make me a perception check real quick.
I am not good at perception.
It's not a high DC.
Summer's checking you out.
Well, I have a +4 to perception. Is it hearing or
Gromlin's
smell?
not. No, it's just sight. Straight up, Gromlin's not even there, and he knows what's going on.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Would Duncan see it as he's leaving the bar?
God,
Duncan,
what
make
are
a
you,
perception
me?
check.
I
Seriously.
told you I'm not good at
Where's my
perception.
character
I rolled a 2 and I have a +4.
Perception.
Yeah, you're supposed to be good at perception. You're
If
just really
Duncan
bad
rolls
at rolling
high enough, I
dice.
expect him to just blurt out what he sees.
Oh, I took a +3 to perception.
Duncan,
Boosh!
I just went right
Yes.
back to my food. It's like,
Duncan,
this fish is
you
kinda good.
you see the tabaxi girl that was just standing there awkwardly earlier, and then finally just started dragging chairs away. Is just kind of sitting just a little bit apart from her group of friends, just trying to eat in relative quiet, and is sneaking glances at Ramara just constantly.
That's creepy!
Okay. So this is a big moment. I'm gonna roll an intelligence check.
I really hope you fail.
And if
I
Duncan
really hope he doesn't.
if Duncan passes, he's actually gonna be able to use the bracelet. If he
Oh my
fails,
gosh.
he's
gonna
yelling
say it
this out loud.
Let's
I'm
see
so
this.
excited for this.
What's the DC?
I don't know.
Just,
10?
yeah. I'll
10,
say
50,
10 or
50,
higher.
let's do
If
it.
it's 10, then it's
50-50.
50-50.
Yeah!
Damn it.
Now, would you like to would you like to intentionally fail?
Dunca's the bestest boy.
No. He has been using this bracelet like what 20 times already.
And he hasn't actually used it successfully yet.
Right. So this is
Oh.
amazing. So he's gonna be like, "Hey Rim, I think you got a new friend who's kind of looking at you and interested in you."
And everybody else that hears this is like,
Oh, yeah.
We're
Yeah,
like,
everybody else gets this.
just stopping my.
But he doesn't know
my
that. He doesn't
stakeout,
get
like,
that. Everyone gets
what?
it. But at least he didn't yell it out loud.
Addie's straight up
kind of
still
looks up like, did Duncan just use the bracelet?
still large. Addie
I think
outside
that's
is
the
going to
thing
be looking
everyone's
around
shocked about.
for Dunca. He's going to be looking around for Dunca because he's never seen him use the bracelet. He's always seen him just yell at his wrists, so he's looking around like,
Where's Dunka?
Oh.
He's not outside. He's still inside with the cow.
He's coming out though.
She's
He
just
should be
gonna
up by
look
now.
up at Dunca, like, and in his mind say, Dunca, did you just use the bracelet properly?
We all hear that too.
I think that's the one thing we're all thinking too.
Yeah.
Duncan goes, I guess so. Does that make me your wingman?
I have no need of a
You
wingman."
pushing your luck.
She
think
kind
it
of
does for Mara.
and she just kind of rolls her eyes and then keeps eating
I'm
her
gonna
fish.
say through the bracelet, Dunca, you're pushing your luck.
Duncan walks out with the cow. Addie sees him.
I
All
take
right.
it went well.
With our last, 3 minutes, Anna, are you gonna do anything about this girl? Did I
No,
just make a random NPC for no reason?
yeah, because she's currently still spun up on another situation that you already know about. So
Don't worry.
I
have
don't know
plans
why
for
you
this other
brought in an
situation.
NPC right now.
Because the NPC will make a
Also, I don't know
reappearance.
why you thought that Tabaxi would be her type. Have you seen her? Do you think, like... No.
You're racist.
Don't worry. I will present you many, many NPCs.
Many
Damn.
suitors.
Many options.
Many suitors.
Many fluffy white kittens.
Also, just a note, because she is a werecat, do any of these Tabaxi look like they're from her home city?
Yeah.
They do? Okay, so she's gonna be very wary around them, especially because she's a werecat.
Summer is
They
one
don't
of them.
like were creatures in Ecula City.
You recognize, especially the Leonin are especially from the city. Like they don't look like they are part of the prides that just wander the grasslands. They look like they're educated, and kept really well like groomed. And there are probably about 5 or 6 of them, and then the other 6 or 7 people are Tabaxi, most of which you actually recognize from just like seeing them around like school and stuff.
Right, which is another reason why she's not going to talk to them. She's
Summer,
antisocial.
however, you do not recognize.
Cool. I'm not gonna.
Isn't that how most people are? Like after you leave high school, you see people you've seen from high school, you don't want to
And you're
talk to
like,
them.
no.
It's just real life.
I moved like
Yes.
2 states away, so I didn't have to do that.
Okay.
Alrighty, well, unless anybody has anything else they want to do tonight, today, 'cause it's still daytime.
I got my magic armor.
Yeah, Cloudy
I
already.
mean, unless
I'm
what
gonna
was
go
it?
and try find Cloudy to give her this +2 dagger.
Uncle needs a nap.
That'd be nice.
Unless Kyra comes down anytime soon. No, not really.
She's got 4 hours on those boots. She's not coming down.
Hey,
I'm
what
watching.
what was the amount of XP we got for that battle? I never put it in here.
450.
Yeah.
If I put the total that we should be at a little further up the roll 20, if you want to scroll up and find that to make sure it matches.
I'm gonna send
Yeah.
Sylvester. I'm gonna send Sylvester to go find Cloudy.
Well, she's going around giving children money.
Yeah.
Can I have Sylvester deliver Cloudy the dagger?
Sure. Yeah.
That'd be
Yes.
cool.
That's kind of cool. He's got a messenger
That's
raven.
about the biggest thing that Sylvester can carry, but yeah.
Oh, she's going to. Well, she already knows that Sylvester. He can see through Sylvester.
Mm-hmm.
And
Only
so
within
she's-
100 feet, though.
That's true. But she's going to say thank you to the bird because she's like, there's an off chance that he's near enough that
Hey,
he can
good.
hear me. Yeah,
We'll remove this.
yeah. And she'll thank him in person later if need be.
There you go.
But yeah, she'll take the dagger and then stab one of the children.
Straight up.
That just took a dark turn. Oh,
What?
shit.
That's how you know if a dagger works or not. You just stab the nearest child.
Oh, God.
I'm
What?
totally joking.
Okay. Okay.
Oh my god.
No, see, if that was my campaign, you just stabbed a child. You can't take that
Literally
shit
stabbed
back.
the child.
You can't take that shit back.
Stab the child.
Oh,
You murdered a child. You really murdered that child.
Like,
Perfect.
you just legit did that shit.
That was glorious.
Alrighty. Well, with that, I'm gonna swing it over to Addy for him to do our readout.
Well, hang on. Because I want to plug a little bit because 2 days from now, literally less than 48 hours from now, we are starting Prophecy of Atreya is what I am calling this campaign. That's what the name of the campaign is going to be. Episode 1 begins at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 6 p.m. for you Central folks. On Thursday, right here at Deviants and Dice. Got a whole new layout, got a bunch of new maps, got 4 faces, or I guess 5 including mine, that you already know. 4 faces
Yes.
you don't know yet, but I hope you'll really love. I know you're gonna really love them because I play D&D with them every week and I love them. So
Got me playing a flirtatious satyr druid.
yeah,
I'm a
we've
little
got
angry
a whole
halfling.
homebrew world that I've been working on for like honestly a year and a half, but seriously in the last couple of months. But I've been so excited when I've been working on it that I was like, we're just gonna go ahead and start it, and then I'm gonna finish writing it while we're playing. So it's exciting. There's a lot of new stuff. Show up a little bit early and you'll get a sneak peek on the world and everything going on. And yeah, we're really excited to start this next campaign.
We are so excited.
Yes, very excited.
Right, Zach, we're throwing it to you.
And Zach is not playing a tank in this one.
He's not.
Oh
He's
my
playing
god.
the opposite of a
What?
tank.
Wait,
Yeah.
He's the squishy
His
boy.
character has a 6 strength.
oh my god, that's
The
right.
squishy
Oh my
boy.
god.
This is squishy.
So,
I'm
Betrayal.
the tank this time.
there you go.
All right. Well, it's been a fun Tuesday, I guess. Let's see the read off.
Don't sound so excited. You might pull something.
Don't tempt me. With the Harpy successfully dispatched, will the crew find safe voyage on a boat? Will Anna out herself as a furry? Will she ever find acceptance for Dunka's peace offering? Find out next week on Adventures in Lutoroan.
Will I ever find out this tiefling's name?
Probably
Just to
not.
be clear.
Probably not.
Just to be
End
clear.
the
stream.
Never get back into Kyra's
Just
good
to be
graces.
clear, Anna is not a furry, okay? Romaro, maybe. We don't know. Anna,
But
definitely not.
she's already furry, so
You're
is
making
it
it weird.
automatically?
It was a really obvious joke, but now you're making it weird.
All right. And with that, we're going to say goodnight. See you guys on Thursday, 7 p.m.